I'm running late. Running really late. Oh man, it's friggin' freezing in here, man. Freezing. Putting on the heater. Oh, that's right. Heat time. Time for the heat. Bring the heat. Bring it. That which must be brung. Uh, Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm running late. I'm just setting things up. Running really late. Hey, Tally YT16 Martin, Chris H, up in this mother flipper, flipping shit. Oh man, where's my gloves at? I need my gloves. It's freezing. I've got my gloves. Oh man, totally unprepared for this. Got my gloves. Cold. Ugh. Usually heat this room up beforehand for like half an hour, make sure it's nice and warm. But it's like an ice box in here right now. Where's my tea at? Linda, this tea's fucking cold, man. Unprofessional. Fired. Oh. All right, now I have to set up the laptop down here on the other shelf so that I can actually see what you guys are saying. So, oh man, that's a pain in the butt. A little bumbly bee, happy little bee, buzzing around. Where am I going to put this thing? I'll put it down here. That means Judge Dredd has to move. Move it, Dredd. That means Jason's going to have to move. Move it, Jason. Not long till Halloween now. Just around the corner. Is this the last live stream before Halloween? Maybe. What's it, like the 25th or something? But no, maybe. I don't know. Alright. Let's get this rolling. There we go. All right, we got 20 people watching. 3 thumbs up. I ain't saying shit till I get 20 thumbs up. You know how we do it. Keep going, keep going. I can wait. 9, huh? Yeah. 10. Halfway there, halfway. Come on. What do we got? We got Finn Wee, Cult Creations in the house. Country Boy, Mitch, Jay, Real Batman, Frobert, Jackie Boy, Nobel Young, Nada Croy, 1-6 Marvin said that one, Jackie Boy, Bezzy Art in the house, up in here, saying stuff, doing stuff, 13 thumbs up, 20 thumbs up, or I ain't saying dick. $14. People really stingy with their likes, man. I don't know what the big deal is. Seriously, I'll get a video up on YouTube and it'll have like 400 views and 10 likes. 400 views and only 10 people can be bothered to hit the like button. I'm never going to quit doing what I do because I'll do it regardless of all that stuff. I just keep making videos for myself because I enjoy doing it. But it does make you wonder, like, what's going on? What's the big deal? Hit the like button. Chris H. Finwee. It's because the liked videos show on their channels. Well, yeah, I can kind of relate to that. I've watched a few videos where I thought to myself, I'm watching this, but I don't want anyone to know I'm watching it. I can't pronounce that one. How come the questions aren't coming up on my screen here? Oh, they are. I have to look on the laptop though. I ain't got any questions yet. Are you getting the Tots life-size good guy? No, I'd like to. I'd like to get it, but it's expensive. What's this? You've got all Christian Bale Terminator. What? You've gone all Christian Bale Terminator Salvation mode. Where's my tea? Yeah, freaking out, throwing a wobbly. I'm starting to warm up in here now. Cold as fuck. Sometimes, if you've seen The King of Comedy, the Martin Scorsese film starring Robert De Niro, how he has in his room, he's crazy and he pretends that he's doing stand-up comedy in front of a full audience. His wall is just people's faces, so he can stand there just looking at his bedroom wall and it's just like an audience. It's kind of like that when I play guitar in here. I just stand here playing guitar and I'm just playing and I'm looking at the DC and Marvel guys and they're my audience. Robert Justafan in the house. Bezzy Art, Wayne Finch, Real Batman. What do you think of the new Hot Toys Iron Man? Well, the Mark 7 looks sweet, man. It looks really nice. Looks very, very cool. I'd get that in a heartbeat if I could. It's tricky, man. I mean, if I was going to choose one Iron Man figure, I don't know, it'd be a very tough choice to make. You got the Mark III diecast, which I did own before, and I sold that because there wasn't much articulation. But it was an amazing piece, and that's the best Iron Man movie, so it's a bit of a tricky one. Then you've got Iron Man 2, which I like. Not the best film. People tend to disregard that one a little bit. But I do like the Mark IV and the Mark V and the Mark VI. All of which I believe you get to see in that film. Then Iron Man 3, I was never too keen on the Iron Man 3 suits, that kind of gold and red one. It's nice, but I never felt the urge. Apparently that's the heaviest one. Don't know if that's still the heaviest one they've done, but it's quite a weighty piece. Any updates? What's this? Any updated thoughts on the Justice League Hot Toys Batman? From Christian Mayer. No updated thoughts. Same thing, same situation. It's a great looking figure. Definitely one of Hot Toys' best Batman figures, no doubt about it. But I'm not interested because I've had enough of anything to do with Justice League. That film gets worse the more you look at it, and I just there's no urge. I mean, So no, like I said, one of the best Batman figures Hot Toys have done, no doubt about it. I'm just not interested. That does seem to upset some people, but I don't know why, man. Ever taken a look at the Enterbay 1/4 scale? From Jamie Indeed. Jamie Indeed says, ever taken a look at the Enterbay 1/4 scale Joker? I've seen the 1/4 scale Joker in person once in Forbidden Planet and it was displayed terribly, but it does look like an amazing figure. A friend of mine from a while back, he had it and I wanted to do some videos, so he took some pictures and sent them to me. He emailed me some pictures and I was able to make a showcase video using those pictures, so I didn't actually take the images, but it's an amazing looking piece, man. But I'm more than happy with the Hot Toys one. I've actually reposing a few things. Let me just try and turn this camera around facing the other way. There we go. So I'm going to do a little repose video soon. I'm really pleased with this Vampirella pose. Look at that, man. Seriously. Let me know your thoughts. I think that looks really, really cool. Very, very nice. I love the hair, man. Now that's the Queen of the... Oh, what's it now? Queen of... Oh, damn it. I forget. Queen of the Vampires? Queen of the Dead? One of those? I forget. But yeah, that's a different head sculpt that I'm using. 19 likes. Come on, man. I asked for 20 likes. So just one of you mother flippers out there can hit that like button and make me happy. Come on. Do it. Do it to me. I'm waiting. There you go. Simon Brandolino is sending me messages on Instagram. First hero, Simon Brandolino out there busy making more amazing masks. Let me turn on this light. There we go. Let there be light. So I'm just trying to decide what to do about the Marvel stuff, because there's not too much Marvel in the collection, but I'm trying to fit them in where I can on the shelves. I've got the Christopher Reeve Superman standing beside Wonder Woman here, just because they seem to go quite nicely together because of the colors. What do you think of Wonder Woman's hair? Got it kind of looking like it's blowing in the wind. Love this figure, man. That's a beautiful Wonder Woman figure. Absolutely stunning. Now, yeah, that is from Justice League. I didn't actually buy this one. It was a gift from a patron. So, for anyone saying, you say you don't like Justice League, but you have that figure, what are you talking about? I didn't have no say in the matter. She, or he, or it was very, very cool. Sent that along. Check that out. 89 Batman. Wired Cape. He's still an amazing piece, man. Dark Knight. And there's the new Joker with the head. That was sent as a gift from a birthday from Stephen Maurice. Been messing with the hair a little bit, trying to get it styled right. Took down some of the volume from the top of the head, so I got the top quite flat. So it's looking all right, man. That's crazy good, that is. Look at that. It's nice. It makes the whole figure look better. He's got his Oscar. Need to get another one of those for when the Toy Zero Joaquin Phoenix shows up. There's my favorite, Batman Begins. Shout out to Derek Fagan. There's the Batman that became the Joker. I love that cape, man. That purple turned out really nice with the nasty kind of weathering and the black tarry kind of smudges and nastiness. I'll turn that around, let you see the full majesty. Look at that. The spray paint that I used for that cape wouldn't adhere to the cape at all. So I had to spend about 2 days just constantly spraying it and spraying it and spraying it, and eventually the thin layers built up and it was able to stick. Look at Catwoman's whip is all curly like a pig's tail. Still haven't got the balls to display my Advanced Suit Spider-Man in any kind of dynamic pose, even though I know he can do it and he's fine. I love the figure so much I don't really want to risk it. And there's the Demon Batman up in here. Looking awesome. And yeah, that's about it really. Not sure what to do about the Harley Quinns. I do love the figures, but Suicide Squad, man, it's not too good. We'll see. I'd like to keep at least one Harley, but that's the one, I mean, ignore the head sculpt because there's a head swap, but that's the one you want to keep really. If you're only going to have one Harley Quinn, you want her in this kind of outfit. But I just honestly, I prefer this figure here. It's just so different. I do prefer this one, I think. And what else? Yeah, I don't know what to do with Nightmare Batman as far as where to put him and how to pose him at the moment. It's such an amazing piece and I always keep it. I never really know what to do with him. I think it's because every time I touch him, his hands fall off. He's got those annoying kind of hands that just drop off as soon as you touch him, so it puts me off wanting to pose him. But I think my favorite pose out of everything here at the moment would be that Vampirella. I mean, that's just awesome. I'm using a NECA alien stand because I didn't want to see the groin grabber sticking through her legs, her thighs, so it's just got a little, it's very subtle, look at that. Just holding her up. And the lovely cape looks nice. Oh, well, almost 50 people watching. If you guys could go ahead and hit the like button, that'd help me out a bunch. That's all I ask. Everything else is optional, but the like button is mandatory. No, not really. Not that I can do jack shit about it, but anyway, look, here is the Hush Batman and Catwoman. I love them. Recently did the mods on this. I haven't beefed him up or anything. I know a lot of people say his proportions are all out of sync and he looks a bit weird. His legs are skinny, his midsection is really skinny, whatever, but I don't know, man. I like it because I got all these different realistically proportioned figures, all, you know, They're all the right proportions. Everything's realistic. And then you've got the comic book version. I know in the graphic novel he wasn't this out of proportion. In the graphic novel he was, pretty beastly looking. But for some reason, when Medicom made this, they decided to go for that more kind of exaggerated comic book kind of look. I don't mind. And plus, the suit isn't thick enough. Like, well, there's not enough give in the suit to be able to fill this out. I could put some cotton pads in here and try, but I don't know, man. I don't think it'll work because even like this, the whatchamacallit, the Velcro strap, you can see it's kind of pulling apart. Even there, it's stretching. I mean, he is muscly. Look how muscly he is. And that's the Hot Toys Arkham City cape there. Changed the cape. It worked out a lot better. And look, that's just his neck that I painted blue. Looks pretty cool, man. I know I've messed up his cape. Damn it. I need two hands for that. But you can get it just resting in the right kind of position. There you go. Catwoman's a cool little figure. Don't even need a base with her because her feet are so clunky. She just stands there looking good. Love the head sculpt on this. Really good. Really bright green eyes. 35 likes. God bless you. That's all I can say. God bless you. Got some good people watching, man. Got some good people subscribed. I don't get much trouble. Most of my subscribers are pretty damn chilled out, decent people. God bless you. God bless you. Right. So, and then there's another side. I always forget there's another side to the room. I'll show you my Pennywises. I saw it chapter 2, folks. I've watched it now. What was it? 2 hours and 44 minutes long? Damn, that was a long film. Yeah, I got a little bit fatigued about halfway through. I was like, come on, man, let's just wrap this up. I really love chapter 1, the first It movie. That was really good. Chapter 2 definitely not as good, in my opinion, but it's still good. It's just not as good as chapter 1. Chapter 1 has so many iconic Pennywise moments. I think there's literally like 10 iconic moments through with Pennywise in that first film, and I was waiting for some special moment in chapter 2 with Pennywise where I thought, yep, that's going to be a scene everyone will remember, but I couldn't really see any. I mean, it didn't even seem like Pennywise was in the film that much. It really focused on the loser club, or whatever you want to call them. I mean, that's fine. It was great character development, and everyone got a really nice amount of time on screen and all that stuff. But I'm there for Pennywise, man. Aren't we all? We're all there for the clown. So, I don't know. Let me go ahead and flip this camera around again. There we go. Let me just turn off this heater because it's getting a little bit hot now. Oh, damn. Anyone new here? Well, yeah, we must have new people because there's like 53 of you people now. Who we got? Hardy, Mike's Horror Corner, Kyle, Peter Drake, BJORN. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, but you are here too. Beautiful Christopher Reeve Soups. That's what he says. Alex Ortiz, or is that Alexis Ortiz? Sorry. Best art, Betsy art. Chapter 1 definitely better. First, it was great. Are you getting? Oh yeah, the first it was great. Are you getting the 1/4 scale Pennywise? Probably at some point. I'm surprised we haven't seen someone make a custom head sculpt for that figure yet, because that's the only thing stopping me from getting the 1/4 scale Pennywise is the lack of a second head sculpt with a more aggressive expression. That's what I want. Glenn Page still here from Cult Creations. I know he's working on a diorama right now. Everybody, check out Cult Creations. Cult Creations on Facebook. He can make you a 1/6 scale diorama just like this. Believe me, you will want one. Once you get one, you'll wonder how you ever got by without it. Seriously, you need yourself one of these. Shameless promotion here. Honestly, though, it's amazing. Look at the detail on this. That's right. Whoop, I'm dropping stuff. Well, yeah, you get yourself your camera. You get one of your Batman figures. Look at that. Forget about it. Seriously, what are you doing? You need to get one of these. Affordable as well, man. Glenn Page prices are fair as hell. Look at that. Yeah. Whew. I'll tell you what else. Um, all right, last night I started watching something very special. It's over 4 hours long. It's the In Search of Darkness 80s horror movie documentary that you can only get. You can't buy it in a shop, it won't be on TV. You can only get it from a particular website where you can pre order it. And I've done in my last 3 videos on the channel. If you go to the description underneath the videos, there's a link that you click on, which will take you to where you can pre order the documentary. I started watching it last night. Like I said, it's over 4 hours long. And plus the Blu-ray, when you order it, when you get the Blu-ray, you get a poster, you get an enamel pin, one of those metal pins that you can put. Amazing. I love those. I like collecting them. I got a few. Hang on. I'll show you what I got. There. Yeah, I love these kind of enamel pins. These are from frightrags.com. That's the 78 version and the 2018 version. And then a nice movie poster of Halloween. Don't know why the camera won't focus. But anyway, yeah, if you pre-order the In Search of Darkness horror documentary from the link I've put underneath my recent videos, then you get the badges, not these badges, but they give you badges, posters, and the Blu-ray. And your name will be in the credits of the documentary when you're finished watching it and the credits are going, your name will be there. If you pre-order it before Halloween, so like 5-6 days from now, if you get your pre-order in, you'll get the Blu-ray and all the other goodies before Christmas, and your name will be in the credits of the documentary, which is pretty awesome. So I started watching it last night, and it literally, I know why it's over 4 hours long now, because it literally starts at 1980 and it goes all the way to 1989, and it literally covers every film in the 80s, every horror movie from the 80s that's worth mentioning. There's a few that they don't have time to mention, but even the more obscure ones, like all the kind of how the original Friday the 13th inspired a lot of other going camping and a slasher guy running around. Like, they include all of those. I forget the names now, but yeah, I've watched about an hour and a half so far, and it's incredible, and I still got the rest to go. So seriously, don't miss out on this, because like I said, it's not going to be in shops, it won't be on TV. If you're a horror fan, you need to own it, man. So, and it's really reasonable price considering it's over 4 hours long, plus all the extra stuff that's on the Blu-ray, plus the posters and the enamel pins and all the other goodies you get. It's going to be one hell of a package when you receive it. But yeah, it's the ultimate 80s horror movie documentary. The bit on The Howling I really loved. There was loads of cool information, and the bit about Nightmare on Elm Street, how that was made as well. Just all the cool stuff that I didn't know. John Carpenter's in the documentary talking about all his favorite horror movies and the films that he's done, The Fog, Halloween, The Thing, all that good stuff. So yeah, man, can't recommend it enough, really. It's awesome. 4 hours plus long. Crazy. And what else is going on? So I saw It Chapter 2. It was okay. First one's better. Started watching the horror documentary. That's really good. What else is going on? I have finally ordered the NECA Halloween 2 Ultimate Myers figure. It's sold out everywhere. You could only pre-order it, so I have just bit the bullet now and just pre-ordered the damn thing. Apparently, it'll be shipping on the 12th of November, so that's going to be a bit late. Obviously, won't be reviewing the NECA Halloween 2 figure in time for Halloween, but the review is coming soon, early November. Hopefully, it will ship before the 12th, so I should have that soon. Let me think. What else? I heard rumors that the Joaquin Phoenix 1/6 scale Toy Zero figure was going to be shipping pretty soon. But I don't know, man. I've heard nothing else since. I think it will be before Christmas, definitely. I hope it's before December. I hope it's during November, because December's a hell of a time to have anything shipped to you from overseas. It's just too hectic. Things get lost. So, I'm hoping the Joaquin Phoenix figure comes out at least in November. That would be good. Let me just check your comments here, guys, and see if there's anything worth touching on. Shahrukh, how do you say that? Oh, Sharuka Knight 99. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but hello. It says hi. The Briscoe 1234 is here. Hello, Briscoe. Marco Rodriguez. Oh, and thank you to all the new Patreons. A couple of new Patreons came in. Michael Milo. Who else? A few new patrons. Yeah, God bless you, man, because I'm getting kind of worried doing the channel full time, and now there's all these stories about YouTube clamping down on toy reviewers and stuff. I don't think of myself as a toy reviewer. Like I said in my Pennywise review, most of my videos are like adult kind of collectibles, so I don't think, hopefully YouTube won't come after me, but if they do, the only way this channel will continue is through Patreon. So it's only $1 a month, and I do like 1 to 2 videos a day every month, so you get like 35 videos a month for $1. Those of you that don't do the dollar, you're getting it for free. So, but yeah, that won't continue for much longer. So let's see. Cult Creations. Oh yeah, Cult Creations is watching. Glenn Page. Not gonna catch it on. Or gonna catch it on DVD. Yeah. The cave scene chase was too long. All right, in It Chapter 2. Yeah, I mean, I remember from the miniseries in the 90s how Pennywise, because I haven't read the book, and I remember in the miniseries he turns into like a big spidery thing. So I remember thinking, okay, well, I suppose that's what's going to happen in the new one. Yeah, I wonder if NECA will make that one. You know, big spider thingies. Any recommendations for a 1/6 scale horse? I want to put my Justice League, Wonder Woman, Hot Toys on one in my display. I can't recommend a good horse to you because I've never really looked into it. I mean, I have seen it done a few times. Maybe get in touch with Unreal Customs or Unreal Toys. I forget which name they've settled on now, but I think it's Unreal Customs on Instagram and Facebook. He has definitely done pictures of his Wonder Woman on a horse, and it looks incredible. So ask Unreal Customs what he used, and I'm pretty sure that'll get you probably some of the best results. There are other people who have done it as well. What are you looking forward to in 2020? From Peter Drake. I'm looking forward to the new Halloween movie, Halloween Kills. And that's about all I can think of, really. Pennywise by Hot Toys. Not that I know how I'm going to get that yet, but I'll find a way. I'll get that happening. I need to get Pennywise. So looking forward to that being released. So yeah, Hot Toys, Pennywise, and Halloween Kills, the movie next year. Looking forward to that. What else? The release of Joker on Blu-ray. Yes, please. I'll have that. Thank you very much. Nice steelbook version. Oh, I'm looking forward to February to watch the Oscars. I never watched the Oscars, but I will be watching, the Oscars in February to make sure that Joaquin Phoenix wins that damn Oscar, and hopefully Todd Phillips and everyone involved, man. I think everyone, the score, the cinematography, the editing, the set design, the acting from Joaquin Phoenix, the direction from Todd Phillips, all Oscar worthy, man. I'll be very pissed off. Something's up if he doesn't win, because it sucks, man. Because he, Joaquin Phoenix, he was nominated but didn't win for Gladiator all those years ago. He was nominated but didn't win for The Master, which I haven't seen yet, but apparently that's ridiculously good. He was nominated but didn't win for Walk the Line. Haven't seen that either. I need to watch that. And maybe another one, but he's been nominated and not won many times. A bit of a Leonardo DiCaprio situation all over again, really. But come on, man, he absolutely deserves the Oscar for Joker. Seriously, I think the only contender, or the only sort of films that are going to be the ones to watch out for, other than Joker, would be The Irishman and maybe that Tom Hanks movie, which I don't know what that's about. Something to do with something. I don't know. But yeah. I've heard it was focusing a lot on comedy. Oh, right. Someone said they heard that It Chapter 2 focuses a lot on comedy. There's definitely a lot of funny moments in the movie, more than there should be, really. I don't know what's going on. It's like they're too afraid to just go all out with the horror. Like they have to do something scary and then there's a joke, something scary, then there's a joke. They did that a bit in Halloween 2018. I mean, the scene in Halloween 2018, the potential of this, the tension and the fear in the Vicky and the little boy who she's babysitting when Michael Myers is in the closet, that should have been terrifying, but they turned it into a joke. What the, what the hell? Uh, um, what's this? The Oscars have lost their credibility to I know that word, political-ish stuff. Politicize or politerize. Subbed for over a year now from 1-6 Marvin. Well, that's impressive considering I've been here 12 years. Where you been? Only joking. I have though, 12 years. It's crazy. Any recommendation? I read that one already. Working on my custom Power Girl. It's insane how good the Firesyn body is. Yeah, man. I think the next thing for Firesyn female bodies or male bodies would be kind of like, because the muscle tone, the body structure, I mean, it's amazing. Let me just. Oh, crap. I just totally ruined this pose. She fell over. Oh man, that was perfect. I'll probably never be able to get her back like that again. But yeah, the like the muscle tone and the stomach and areas like this, the thighs, all they need to do really is maybe, I don't know, maybe airbrush, but maybe just airbrush a bit more skin tone, like shadowing kind of effect or something, just to kind of make it look a little bit more real. It already looks very real. Oh man, now I've got to try and fix this. Bear with me, you can observe. Man, why'd I have to go messing with it? Oh, hair's all messed up now. The hair was perfect. All right, what we got? I think I first discovered YouTube via Jenna, something Sean Long, and Defuse NL. DF or Defuse L or DFZUL. That was a great YouTube channel. He was a good dude, man. That's some nice display. Getting Hot Toys Vader, a few reviews on YouTube already. Am I getting the 1/4 scale Vader? No, I would like to. Space money, the main thing stopping that from happening. How funny would it be if the shelf fell down? Lol, from Fat Gadget 1. How funny would it be if the shelf fell down? Well, I'm one of those people, even in the most shite situations, I can usually see the funny side of it. I have a friend who, when we were younger, he used to love pushing me into bags of rubbish as we were walking down the street. If there was a big pile of bags of rubbish, he'd love nothing more than to shove me into it. And I should have been angry about that, but I'd laugh because I couldn't help but see it from his perspective. And I'd be pissed off, but I'd also be, I'm trying to be angry, but my face is starting to laugh. And I'm like, trying to be angry, but I just can't be it. Yeah. Always been able to see the funny side. But yeah, I'd say you're looking at about 7% funny if the shelf collapsed. Fell in love with his display, missed the guy. Oh, Defuse NL, yeah, that's true. Damn, 12 years. Congratulations. I'm still new to the hobby and only found you last year. Thank you, sir. Well, yeah, man, there's new people discovering the 1/6 game every day, man. New people every day discover it. It'd be amazing to discover it right now because of all the stuff that's already been made. You got a hell of a lot of stuff to look at there. Back when I first discovered Hot Toys with buddy Nick, we used to, there wasn't that much to choose from. This was before the Dark Knight line even happened. I mean, it was just starting to happen as we got into it. And before that, you had a few Predators, a few Marines from Aliens. there wasn't that much to choose from. There was, but compared to what you got now, like if you're just discovering the 1/6 hobby now, you got all those Marvel figures, you got all the DC figures, all the Predators, the Terminators, the Aliens, the everything, Star Wars. I mean, there's a hell of a lot. It must be daunting as hell for someone who's just discovered the hobby now. There's just so much of it. How many times have you seen Joker? Oh, Defuse now is here. What the fuck? He's here, man. Oh, Creeper Man Customs is here as well. Hey, Creeper Man. How have you been, Dean? Your Myers is getting close, by the way. Working on hands and boots. Thank you, Creeper Man. Creeper Man Customs is making me a custom-made Michael Myers doll, which is super cool, and you'll be seeing that on the channel soon. What was Defuser now? It says, what's up, Dean? How many times have you seen Joker? I've seen Joker twice at the cinema, and I'd happily see it again, but I guess I'm, twice is enough for me for now. Just it's one of those films, man. I can see myself watching it a few times. So, some of my favorite movies, I wish I could just not watch them for a long time. Batman Begins, Dog Soldiers, Alien. I wish I could just leave it long enough so that I kind of forget those films a bit, so I can kind of watch them again almost for the first time. Know them too well now. Shahrukh Knight, is it, say it Shahrukh? It looks a bit more complicated than Shahrukh, but that's what I'm going to say. Shahrukh Knight 99 says, love your videos, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bag 1010101 says 2.0 Bank Robber Joker is good. The sculpt on the Black Toys version is much better. Oh yeah, Black Toys version. I don't know what that is really. I'll have to check that out. What are the plans for the room? Any changes coming? Plans for the room? Not really any changes. Just watch this space, man. I can't talk about certain things, but there is some big stuff happening next year. So, but I don't want to talk about it just yet in case, you never know what's going to happen. But there are some big plans, so definitely keep it locked. Not just saying that just so you keep it locked. Honestly, there are some big plans in the works for next year, but don't want to blah blah blah. Mega Gasp, hey Mega Gasp, he's here. Says, hi Dean, glad you put boxes back. Yeah, me too, man. It just didn't look right without them. Behind your figures looks damn amazing. Keep doing what you do. It's always good with you. It's always good what you come out with. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, check out Mega Gasp on YouTube. He's got some, and Facebook. He does lots of photography with his figures. Defuse NL says, lol, I've also seen it twice and think it's enough as well for now. Patiently waiting for the Blu-ray. Yeah, man, I hope we get a nice steelbook of that. What's going on with the I was in HMV recently. If you're in America and you don't know what HMV is, it's like, like Tower Records, Virgin Megastores, HMV, like big places that sell movies and music and vinyl and CDs and posters. And I went up to the counter and I asked the guy, I said, how come there's no official merchandise for the Joker movie? Like nothing, no posters. You always have posters for the new movies in here. And he literally said, the last two people I served asked me the exact same thing, like in the same hour that I was there. A lot of people asking for the Joker merchandise, but there's none. There's no T-shirts. There's no posters. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, I guess that's down to the all the media insanity about all the violence and stuff, but it's ridiculous, man. I mean, I know the violence when it happens in the movie is quite brutal, but there's there's way more violent films than that. What's this? 16 Marvin. Being new is overwhelming, or being new is I just stick to Marvel and figures that I absolutely love. Never sell, so there is no regrets. CT dash 7567 says, hi Dean, love the channel. Do you still plan to review Justice League Flash? Apologies if the topic has been addressed already. No, that's cool, man. Well, basically, one of my Patreons was super cool. And he was sending me, he actually did send the Flash to review, but UK Customs were really it was ridiculous. I've dealt with customs many times. I've had to pay custom charges many times, and it's always a bit of a suck fest, but you do it. But this occasion with the Flash figure, I don't know why they charged as much as they did, but they wanted a ridiculous amount of money. And I'm sorry, man. On principle, I thought to myself, no, I'm not doing that. So I sent it was Rick Kerr, a legendary guy, man. I sent Rick a message saying, look, man, you've done an amazing thing, but UK Customs are trying to put me over a table and have their way with me. So yeah, man. Sometimes you just gotta say enough's enough with that stuff. But yeah, Rick was awesome. Unfortunately, the Flash review didn't happen. But you know, what can I tell you? It just didn't work out. But it was an amazing gesture from Rick. Ryan Harper says, "Why are you skipping me, bro?" I don't know, man. There's a lot of things. That's what super chat's for, man. So sorry to be blunt, but if you want to get my attention on here, then cough up. Diffuse and no. I totally agree, Robert. I'll go back though, Ryan, and see if I can see what you said. And Ryan. I'm scrolling all the way to the top. Cobalt, sorry I didn't notice you. Cobalt says, will you ever bite the bullet and buy an Iron Man figure? Maybe one day. John Com is here, says, wait, you're doing YouTube channel full time? That's incredible, man. Awesome news. Congratulations from John Com. Thank you very much, sir. It's not easy. That's why $1 a month on Patreon will make it a lot easier. Come on, man. I'm not seeing Ryan's question. I'm scrolling up constantly, but I'm not seeing it. Still scrolling. Nope, I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Jamie, indeed. Oh yeah, I did that one already. Yeah, Ryan, I can't see your thing, man. So I'm going to scroll back down to the bottom. Dean must be 28, 33. Now, is that my age? I'm 38. I'll be 39 on Halloween. Halloween, I'm going to turn 39. Don't look it though, do I? Dean, how old going to be? Just curious. I'm 51. Oh, Robert Justafan was asking that. Yeah, I'll be 39 in October. Or Halloween. Hey Dean, always enjoy these Sunday live streams. Do you have any tips for taking photos of 1/6 scale figures? From Larry Phillips. Yes, I do. I don't know, man. People keep saying I should do a video on that. I mean, I keep meaning to do it. I just haven't got around to it. But you need to get yourself 2 LED lights, 2 nice bright LED lights, preferably, you know. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? Like this kind of thing? Like a lamp? Jack that from a hotel room. But it's great. So you need something like that for the high up, because you always want, with a 1/6 scale figure, you should really always have a nice bright light coming from above and slightly behind from above, so that the light kind of bounces off his shoulders and the back of the head. And then another light, which could be a smaller light, on either the left or the right, sort of coming in from below, so that the light hits the face. You don't want the light to be right in his face, because then there's no atmosphere. You still want the shadows to kind of fall around the eyes and the nose, and so having a light coming from above, which illuminates the shoulders and the back of the head and looks quite cinematic, and then another light coming from the side low down, so that the low down light will hit the eyeballs and you get the glint of light in the eyes, which makes the figure look like a real person. And if that doesn't work, you can always go in with Photoshop and just zoom right in on the eyeball and put a little white dot so that it looks like the light caught his eye. So that's also a neat little trick. But that's about all I'm going to give you for now. Modern and classic Spider Pennywise would be great from NECA. Yeah, man, they're probably going to do that, because they could do it with the I wonder if they're going to do a 1/4 scale Tim Curry Pennywise. They should do. They've done 2 versions of Tim Curry Pennywise now, I think. How do you think, what's this, Catwoman? Where is that going? What do you think of Zoe Kravitz Catwoman question mark from Harv K? Well, on one side of it, I'm pissed off, because I was really hoping that we were going to get an Adam Hughes kind of Catwoman look. I love that look, man, so much. But they've changed. Well, apparently they've changed Commissioner Gordon's race. And but I can't say the same thing about Catwoman because I swear to God, in year one she looks. I don't even know what the PC thing to say is now. We used to say like mixed race. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore. Honestly, I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore. Um, but yeah, in year one, she had very short hair, and she did look like maybe her father could have been African American, maybe her mother was white, or maybe the other way around. I'm not sure. Paolo's here. Hey, Paolo. Um, but yeah, I'm disappointed because it doesn't look anything like the Catwoman that I was hoping for. But then again, I never really had much hope for this Batman film anyway. I mean, you've got Twilight as Batman, you've got Matt, what's his name? Matt Reeves directing it. I don't know what the big deal about him is. Lord Planet of the Apes trilogy. The first one was good. The second two, yeah. So I don't understand what this whole attitude like Matt Reeves is going to save Batman. It's like, really? I don't really think so, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, they're changing a lot of people's races, and it's all that kind of thing going on. We'll see what happens, man. This Zoe Kravitz, I'd never heard of her before the news about Catwoman. I didn't even know Lenny Kravitz had a daughter that was working in film. She's a very attractive young lady. I've seen some clips on YouTube. When I heard the news, the first thing I thought was right. Let's go see on YouTube if this woman can act. And I got to be honest, man, I wasn't impressed with anything that I saw. It was very flat. We'll see, man. But like I said, you got friggin' Robert Pattinson as Batman, the guy who directed Planet of the Apes or whatever the hell it's called, directing it. I don't know, man. I'm not that fussed. You're never going to beat Batman Begins and The Dark Knight for me anyway. I mean, there's no point. Give up. Seriously, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. You're not gonna. You can't touch that. So we'll see, man. We'll see. In my lifetime, I don't think I'm going to see a better Batman film than Batman Begins. No, I don't see it happening. I've got so much respect for you. Oh, bless. I've mentioned it in a Facebook post just recently, but the fact that after all these years you're still going strong with the same passion, a true OG in the 1/6 game. Oh, that's from Defuse LL. Thanks, man. Seriously, that means a lot coming from a dude like you because I know you're an intelligent guy and you're not just spouting shite out of your face. It is actually the cog's turn. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you. What movies are you watching on Halloween? I don't know, man. I haven't watched any apart from the big documentary that I mentioned before, 4 hours long, about all the horror movies from the 80s. It's called In Search of Darkness. Um, I've been watching that. That's been getting me into the mood. I've been meaning to watch Halloween 2018 again. I don't know why. I've seen it enough times already. Should probably let that one breathe a little while. Um, if I'm going to watch any Halloween movies leading up to the 31st, I might watch American Werewolf in London again. I've seen it to death, but I'm trying to think of films that I can watch that I haven't just killed by watching them too much. I don't know. I got to be honest, I'm not really feeling it this year because Joker came out in October and kind of stole the Halloween kind of vibe, because it came out in October, and anyone who's seen Joker, it kind of affects you and it clings to you, and you can't stop thinking about it. And that's where my brain is. It's still there. It's still in DC Joker world, and I'm finding it difficult to come out of that and get into spooky Halloween territory. It's just it's taken a while for that to kick in. But next year, next Halloween, God willing, if I'm still alive, because there's a good chance I won't be with my lifestyle. I don't eat very healthy, and I stay up very, very late. I don't sleep like normal people sleep. Well, all you guys are tucked up in your bed sleeping. I'm usually awake in here doing stuff. Uh, my diet. Did I mention my diet? It's not good. It's not good. I've been trying though, man. I've been trying to eat more lettuce and salad. I don't mind eating that stuff. It's just a matter of getting my ass over to the fridge and preparing a salad. If it's in front of me when I'm eating my dinner, then once I've finished eating the meat, then I'll get into my. I like raw carrots and chop myself up some carrots, munch those. It's good for the eyesight. I don't want to lose my eyesight, man. Can you imagine being a 1/6 scale collector and not having your eyesight? It's not going to work. I have to keep my eyes in good condition. So, yeah. What else? I'm tired of them replace everything and making people black or female, especially redheaded people. Redheaded people. Um, yeah. Well, I think the main thing is really it's not genuine. It's like with the Last Jedi. All the diversity that was pushed and crammed into that movie didn't feel genuine. It felt very forced, no pun intended, but it really did. It was totally forced. It wasn't coming from a genuine place of like, we should genuinely put different people from different parts of the world in this movie and make it more universal and everyone together. Especially if it's a space movie, man. If everyone's in space, it's like the old Star Wars films. Everyone's white apart from Lando and Landu and like a few other people, I guess. I don't know, not many. But especially in space, it should be all kinds of people, but it should feel genuine. Like Last Jedi, man, it really doesn't feel genuine. It's insulting to your intelligence if you have any. It's really insulting. Um, I ordered my copy of In Search of Darkness 3 days ago. Can't wait to watch. That's from the Briscoe 1234. Yeah, if you do order it, please use the link that I've provided underneath my recent videos. If you click on the description underneath the last 3 or 4 videos I've done, there is a special link there, and you should get it quicker if you use that link. Plus, I get like 5% of the money, which will help. you know, that's really nice of them, man. The people who are making that documentary, they got in touch with me and asked me to if I'd be willing to help promote it, and I couldn't believe it because I know there's other YouTubers who are promoting it. Like We Watched a Movie, they've been asked to do it. I think Chris Stuckman was asked to do it, and a bunch of other big horror channels on YouTube, like Dave McRae. I don't know if he's done it. A few others, but yeah, I got an email saying, we love your content, and would you be willing to, help promote the documentary on Facebook and Instagram? So they're really cool, man. It's like nice. I got a VIP code to watch the documentary early, so that's how I'm able to watch it at the moment. I've got the code so that I can watch it on my laptop. So that's really cool. So yeah, man, the horror videos that I've been doing, they've been paying off slowly but surely. I know it's difficult because I'm trying to balance my channel between these two things that I'm passionate about, because a lot of these horror channels, they just stick to their horror stuff. But me, I've got a passion for all the DC and some Marvel stuff, but also the horror side of things as well. So I know a lot of people, they want a channel that just focuses on what they come to see. And, so I'm trying to, it seems to be working out though. Uh, J Cam, I knew as soon as Star Wars sequel trilogy was announced that they would get rid of Luke and Han, etc. Just a bit depressing. Yeah. Dean, would you be interested in checking out my 78 Myers 1/6 sculpt? I'd like to send it to you to support the channel. From Ryan Harper. Yeah, man. Send me a message on Facebook. Are you on Facebook or Instagram, either one of those, or my email, which you can find on my YouTube channel when you scroll across on the channel to the information page where it has my contact details. My email address is there, and that is how you get in touch with me, or Instagram and Facebook at Dean Knight Freaky Free. And yeah, I'm always happy to review something for someone, or I don't like to borrow stuff if I can help it. Like I usually say no. I get a lot of people who say, I've just got the new Hot Toys, whatever, can I send it to you to review and then send it back to me? I don't tend to do that because Hot Toys figures, I know from experience, 12 years of experience, sometimes they just break. Like something will break even though you're super careful with it. I remember my Mark Hamill Joker, one of his wrist pegs snapped like that. I barely touched it and it snapped. I mean, I fixed it, but if that was someone else's figure, I'd be crapping myself. My Big Chap Alien by Hot Toys, that broke the wrist and the ankle. First day, the first hour that I had it. Um, there's loads of figures. You got to be careful with, like the Wonder Woman's. Got to be careful with her skin because you can accidentally rub off the first layer of skin and it looks terrible if you do that. And a lot of these figures, like the way the head will connect to the neck, and like you've got the thin layer of skin that they have on the neck to make it look real, but once the head sort of rubs against it, it rubs away all the paint. You got to be careful, man. So I don't like to borrow Hot Toys figures. I don't mind borrowing a head sculpt that someone has made because that's just a head sculpt. It's not going to come into any contact with anything really. But yeah, I just got to be careful with stuff like that. I just watched it for the first time, and it was awesome. That's from Paolo. Great White says, "What horror film would will you be watching over Halloween this week?" Well, we were just talking about that. And hello, Great White. By the way, I like your name and your picture. Sharks rule. Although the older I get, I think it's a mortality thing. I start to fear sharks more the older I get. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with sharks and I'd watch anything. Now that I'm in my late 30s, about to hit my 40s, I find watching shark stuff quite tense. I don't know. Oh yeah, but I'm not sure what I'm going to watch Halloween wise. I'm going to try and watch some stuff. I love my werewolf movies. I wish there was some werewolf movies I hadn't seen yet. I'd love to watch a new werewolf movie that was meant to be like word of mouth. They're like, you got to watch this werewolf movie. It's amazing. I'd love to see something like that right now, but I've seen all the ones that are worth seeing. There's a lot of bad werewolf movies that I'm not interested in, but um, what else? What else? What else? I feel they will be replaced. They will replace everything franchise. Yeah. Iron Mans are bulletproof. Borrow and review them. All right. Tom Strutton says Iron Man figures are bulletproof. Borrow them and review them. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they're bulletproof. There's so many little parts and stuff. I'd be nervous. I mean, I would. I would. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be easier if because I'm in like I'm in Ashford, Surrey. There's two Ashfords in England, one in Kent and one in Surrey. I'm in the Ashford in Surrey. So if someone's like within driving distance or like a short train ride away or a short bus ride away, then that'd be cool because then I can just meet them and borrow the figure, take it home. Then the next day meet them again and give it back. But I don't want to have to post things to people, even if it is in the same country. I just worry, man. I've seen what post people do to these boxes, and then when you think you're not looking, they just throw it. Especially the couriers and stuff. So, Christopher Reeve next to Wonder Woman, nice. That's Paolo. Yeah, someone said recently in a comment, you need to get Christopher Reeve on the shelf. Obviously, because his box is huge and doesn't fit in with the shelf, I never display him. But I'm just trying to make it work. I'm trying to get him on the shelf because he needs to be there, man. Christopher Reeve Superman is one of the absolute essential pieces, man. Um, oh, Trick or Treat. That's a good point. Yeah, I need to watch Trick or Treat again. I've only seen it once, and that was a long time ago. I can't remember much about it. I remember there's a brief werewolf bit in the film, which really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that, and that was kind of cool. Um, so I need to watch it again. Plus, NECA have just released a retro cloth Trick or Treat. What's his name? What's the Trick or Treat thing's name? I know it's coming. You guys are gonna let me know. He's got a what's the name? Sam. That's from Buddy Geek. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, I'll have to track that down, man. I'll have to get myself the NECA Sam figure because again, that looks like he works in 1/6 scale, like same way as this. So convenient. He's literally right there. But like this retro cloth Chucky by NECA, he's basically 1/6 scale. So it works perfectly with your horror collection. Thank you, Briscoe1234. Phantasm. I've never seen any Phantasm films. And I'm not very keen on the Hellraiser movies. I think I've seen most. I've seen the three Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3. They're just really gross. And I don't really, again, the older I get, the less I want to see needles going through people's eyeballs and stuff. I don't know. Oh, man. Diversity is fine as long as it isn't forced. Competence, merit, talent, a person's character should be what matters. Hiring people because of their race, sex, sexual orientation is reductive. From the bag 10101. Yeah, man, I agree with all of that. Just hire the right person for the job. Don't and that's not what's happening. There's like these meetings going on where they're all sitting around a table and they're discussing the most cringy things when they should be discussing what's going to make the film better, not what's going to someone just crashed their car. Hang on a minute. That's funny. It's like there was a big crash outside, and then there's me like poking my head out around the curtain, and there's like six other houses all doing the same thing, all looking out their curtains the same way I was. I can't see what it is because there's a huge bush in the way, but it sounds like someone just backed into the car or something. Um, Apparently, the new Terminator film's all right. I don't know, man. That's another one. That's another one that comes under this category for me. I mean, you've got, and not that there's anything wrong with this, but all of a sudden in a Terminator film, the three main characters are all female. One's Linda Hamilton, fair enough, and then you've got the other tall blonde lady who looks like she's trying to appease the kind of, I'm sorry, well, I ain't gonna say because I'll just get myself in hot water, but I know what she's there to represent. And then you've got the younger character who seems to be the one they're trying to protect. She looks Latino or something, I'm not sure. And then the main Terminator now, he also looks kind of Latino to me. I'm not sure. I really don't know. It's a funny coincidence, isn't it? It's funny that that's the case now. Again, doesn't feel genuine. Feels like a bunch of people sitting around in this office trying to figure out how to keep everyone happy rather than making a damn good film. Um, so yeah, they can shove that film up their arse. I've got a friend who's been getting back in touch with me lately. I haven't seen him in almost a decade, and he wants to go see Terminator. And I think if I do go to the cinema with him at the very last minute, I'm going to say, do you know what? Have you seen Joker? Let's go see Joker. It's like the best film that's been made in a long, long time. I don't like comic book movies. Yeah, well, tough shit. We're going to see Joker. Deeper question for you from Diffuse NL. Do you ever get tired of the hobby? No, I just get tired of the people in the hobby. Do you don't seem like it, but you've been around for so long. Ever, even before I got in about 10 years ago, man, I feel old. No, literally, it's Facebook and you know, just silly things that happen in the community and stuff. It's never the hobby itself. I love the hobby. I love this. I love it. I love every aspect of it. I've been editing videos constantly for 12 years and I still enjoy every minute of it. So that lets me know that my heart's, it's in the right place, even though a lot of people would be sick of doing this by now. They'd still love collecting things, but they'd be sick of doing the videos, and they'd be sick of every time you do a video, you got to post it everywhere and share it and then share pictures from that video to try and get people to watch it. I still love all that stuff, but I do get a bit tired of Facebook. It's not really people, it's Facebook. Facebook's just annoying, but it's so vital for what I do. I don't really, I don't really know if leaving Facebook would impact the channel in a bad way. Um, but again, like I said, we've got some plans for this year coming up, and that will definitely involve Facebook. There's no way to do what I've got planned without involving Facebook. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But no, I never get bored of this. You know, Deadpool versus the Joker. Yeah. So Joker is now the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. That's a pretty cool thing, man. That's special. That's nice. So Todd Phillips has said, like on the red carpet, he said categorically, no, there is no sequel to Joker ever being made. But that's coming from someone who definitely has done sequels. He's made 3 Hangover movies. So and Joaquin Phoenix definitely seems interested in doing another one and at least seeing where the character could go. And he said it turned into his dream role. He didn't think it would be, but it did become the role he's enjoyed doing the most. And there's so much more he could do. I kind of hope that they don't put Batman in. If they do another one, I kind of hope they just continue with Joker. I mean, literally at the end of the Joker movie, Arthur Fleck, we spend all the movie with Arthur, and it's only the last 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, where we actually sort of see the Joker. Well, you see him all the way through the film in little flashes where you kind of you can see, such a good film. God damn it. Oh man. So many good scenes, And someone said in a video I was watching recently, see, I keep going off point and I'll forget what I was originally saying, but someone said in a video, it's so geniusly kind of structured because something really bad happens and then you get a chance to breathe, and then something really bad happens and then you get another chance to breathe, and it keeps doing that. And it's a great structure because, yeah, because when bad shit happens to Arthur Fleck, it's really heartbreaking. Like my one of my favorite scenes would be on the bus, and I've said this before, but I think that bit is heartbreaking. And there's so much to notice in the bus scene at the beginning as well. His little face when he's trying to make the kid laugh, and the mum turns around and says, "Can you stop bothering my child?" And the way he looks at her and says, "I wasn't bothering him." He's like a little boy. It's so heartbreaking. he's like a little kid in his head. His heart breaks my heart. And then the way he, you know, you can see the pain when he starts laughing on the bus and he hands her that card. All of it just heartbreaking. He has to win the Oscar, man. He has to. If he doesn't win the Oscar, I'm gonna start a riot, man. Seriously. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but whatever. Still like the Predator, but looks cringy next to the other three. Predator. What's going on? Is that me? My Predator? What? Appreciate the honest answer. I feel like the community has changed. I remember the time with you and with the YouTube greats from back in the day, like Moggy, even Seb, Nenny, Rick, Carlos. Kind of miss those days. Yeah, man, I miss those days too. Um, you know, it is what it is. I mean, those people are still around. It's not like they're gone. It's just they don't make videos anymore. Um, yeah, it's a shame. I mean, even Seb, he's back. Yeah, even Seb, he's making videos. He's got a new job at the moment, so it's kind of slowed it down. But for a minute there, even Seb was coming back pretty strong. He's done some amazing customization work lately, which I won't say what it is because I'm sure he won't want me to spill the beans until he's ready to. But he has done some amazing work on a figure that a lot of people don't have much love for, but you would expect them to love a lot, but they don't. And he has done some things to that figure that would, you know, impress you. I've seen it and it's amazing. And I'm planning on sending him my figure so that he can do the same thing to it. But that's Evamsep on YouTube, Sebastian. Man's got great skills. I can't say that as you said. AWM Lego Films says, hey Adine Knight, I am pretty new to your channel, but I enjoy what you do. Your mask videos have been really entertaining to watch. Looking forward to more content. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate that, man. I do have another video planned. It's heavy. I want to do a new video on this Myers bust from 2018 Myers. This is not the Simon Brandolino one. This is the mask that I had reworked by Mike in Germany. This is the older one. This is my first reworking of the 2018 Tots mask. So I need to do a nice photography session with this soon. So I'll hopefully get that done in time for Halloween. I ain't got no drink in here. My throat's getting dry as blood. What else? Da Collector says, hello, Dean Knight. Hello. Defuse else. Thanks, man. Much respect. Keep doing what you do. I'll always be watching. Thanks, man. And are you doing videos, Defuse? What's going on, man? I ain't seen nothing from you in a while. Maybe I just missed it. Let me know what you're up to. The Briscoe, I'm happy you are still making videos, Dean, and hope you keep making them for years. You know, I don't see myself stopping. I need something to do. Yeah, I need something. If I didn't have this channel, that just leaves like, I mean, I've got other hobbies, but I can't really do them so well anymore. I used to love playing drums, but my ears ringing really badly all the time, and I'm worried about making it any worse. Plus, I think I'm getting arthritis in my left hand, which is annoying. It's just this finger, but it's absolute agony every day. Like I try to play guitar every day to try and keep it moving, and I love playing guitar. Like literally every day, I come in this room, and before I start filming a video, or before I start reposing something, or before I do anything here figure related, I pick up the guitar, I turn the stereo on, I put on Fear Inoculum by Tool, and I've learned how to play along with Numa, Invincible, Descending, and some of Tempest, and that's what I do to kind of get all the crap out of my head from all the stress of the bills and the boiler not working and not having heating or hot water for the last 2 weeks, which will finally be fixed on Wednesday, thank God. But yeah, I come in here and I play guitar along to Tool, and it's just very therapeutic. And like I said, like the Kings of Comedy, my audience is here watching as I play guitar, so I just stand here playing guitar, looking at them. It's really cool. What was the point of that? Why did I start saying that? Oh, the hobby. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just worried in case this whole thing about YouTube shutting down people's channels, turning off the monetization, shutting down the comment section, people who review toys. I'm not too sure why they're doing that, but yeah, I hope it doesn't happen to me because hey, Wayne's Butler's here. Hey, Curtis, how you doing, man? Big love. um, I will see. If you wished a what's this? If you wished a financial job from any film was real, oh, a fictional, sorry, a fictional job, was real and wants that job, what would it be? Mine's Ghostbusters. Oh, right. Um, I don't know, man. I'd have to think about that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Ghostbusters would be a pretty good job. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd want to be messing around with ghosts all day. It'd be nice to know that ghosts are real, because I don't know. I think we all have people that we've lost in life that we wish we could see again at some point. Ricky Gervais swears that's not the case. So yeah, it's like it's all very well being funny, Ricky, but there's a lot of people out there who are struggling with losses, and the only thing they have is that clinging on to that slight bit of naive hope that when we die, there is a chance we might get to see our child that was, whatever, just horrible stuff. But yeah, Ricky Gervais says there's no afterlife, so that's it. No, I mean, that's a whole other thing. Do you believe in ghosts? Not anymore. No, not really. When I was a kid in the 80s, when we didn't know any better, you used to hear your house creaking and think to yourself, "Oh my God, what's that?" But now, since the year 1998, as soon as camera phones came along, and now we're all walking around with 4K HD cameras with us at all times, you think someone in the world would have filmed a ghost even for a second, and it would be on YouTube, but there isn't. There's not one. There's a Pixar film there just waiting to be made. I swear to God, if I knew someone who you could do, what do they call it? A treatment. When they just do a treatment for an idea for a film. My idea is, and you can steal this and make millions, but I'll come after you and I'll sue your ass. But yeah, like there's a story there, man. There's a Pixar film there. I know it. With all the ghosts, they're pissed off. They can't sort of because everyone's got a camera now. They can't really come out and do what they used to do because everyone's going to film them. I don't know, man. There's a film there. There's an idea. First, I got to make my werewolf movie. Uh, what's this? Me too. I still have the love. Nothing yet. Nothing yet that inspires me. Also, enjoy your videos. Oh yeah, I guess he's talking to Wayne's Butler there. The comments have disappeared. Where are they gone? Do you have any Wolverine figures? If so, which is your favorite? He might be talking to me, or he might be talking to. I think he's talking to me. I don't have any Wolverine figures. If I was going to get one, I'd probably get one from Logan. I just get him. Oh, it's a tough one because Logan's got some good looks, man. Especially at the end when he's all shredded and ripped up, and that would be brutal. But I do love the limo driver outfit, just the white shirt with the open black jacket, angry face with the teeth showing and the claws out. That'd be a figure I'd be interested in, and you can get that. That's I think So Toys or someone. They've made a few of those. How do ghosts? What's this? How do ghosts manage to be clothed? Are we just seeing echoes from parallel universes? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Um, yeah, man. I'd be scared if I saw a ghost, but I'd also be equally relieved. Like I said, it would just be nice to know that there is something else after this, which probably isn't. It's probably just like switching off a light switch, and that's just it. Over, done, nothing. In that case, there's not much to fear, but still, it's still scary to think about. Favorite Myers mask? Question mark. It's tough, man. It's tough choosing between the 1978 original mask and the 2018 mask. I love them both pretty much equally. They are both the same thing technically, so I guess that makes sense. I do like the Rob Zombie mask. I like that one, but it'd definitely be between the original and the 2018 version. Defuse says my son was also born in those days, and my little spare time got even less, so I decided to quit. The spare time I do have now, I spend gaming and watching movies, series, but mostly gaming. Speaking of gaming, Oh man, I ain't got much money right now. I've got just enough in my bank account where I could maybe buy Call of Duty and still have enough to get some shopping and some food. I don't know, man. I wasn't even interested in Call of Duty, but I saw the reviews and the campaign is apparently amazing. Really short, but amazing. And I love the idea of the Call of Duty levels that are set in England, like Camden Town. There's one set in Camden Town in a really kind of like just residential kind of like houses at night, and you sneak into this house in Camden in their back garden, and it's like a whole team of you, all got night vision, all got silenced weapons, and the graphics look so good. Like it looks real. It looks really real. And just for that, I want to buy it. But I'm not really interested in the multiplayer for Call of Duty because I suck at it. Um, yeah, man. What's this? You 60? Can't believe it. Who's 60? Yeah. What's this? Anyway, I was talking about Call of Duty. So I want to get Call of Duty, but I don't want to spend £60 on it, man. If I could just be patient and hold out for maybe a sale, get it for like 40, 35, 40, it's kind of probably going to be a long time before that happens. But I do want to get Call of Duty. I'm trying to resist it, trying to resist it. Because I suck at online, man. It's too fast paced. The original Modern Warfare back when all my friends from work, we used to finish work, come back home and play a game online like Gears of War 1 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I was good back then. A bit of a camper. I like not like an annoying camper, but there's nothing wrong if you're playing a war game. You don't have to run around like a headless chicken all the time. You can just like find a tower or a high up point, get a sniper rifle, and just try to pick people off. As soon as you do that, people start bitching about it, calling you a camper. But that's what people do, man. Like, there's always a sniper, there's a gunner, there's a grenader, there's a medic, and you got the sniper who picks a point and he perches himself up there and he, you know, I don't know. Dean, just buy a used one for Call of Duty. A used one, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's just so easy when it's because when you're online on the either the Xbox or the PlayStation, it's just there, and you can just press a button, pay the money, and then it comes onto your hard drive, and you don't have to worry about it. You never have to buy like I've got loads of games on my hard drive and loads of physical copies as well, and I don't play the physical copies because I'm too lazy to get out of bed, reach up onto the shelf, take the other disc out of the machine, put the new disc in the machine, sit back down again, and it's all too much, man. I'm way too old. I'm more of a weather. No, I never mind. Usually go on sale during Black Fridays. All right, if that's a thing there in England, Black Friday a thing in England? I think maybe. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Never paid attention to it. I just see an occasional clip every now and then of people freaking out and crashing each other in a shopping mall or whatever. Feel the same way. I'm 51. Feel like teen hobby keeps you young. Yeah, man, it's good to hold on to some of your innocence. I've got a lot of innocence left in me, thank God, but there's still, every day though, real life does tend to creep up on you, and you have to kind of deal with that and stuff. I do feel myself getting a bit, they say everyone has to grow up at some point. There comes a point in your life where everyone grows up. It hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm trying to hold it off as long as possible. But I do feel it creeping up my back sometimes. And you can just see like a little kind of claw coming over my shoulder, and that's like adulthood. Flicking it away and saying, "Get the fuck out of here!" um, Lots of love from Pakistan. All right, from Killer Rock, Killer Rock Killer Rock Freak, I think he's called, all the way from Pakistan. Hello, sir. Hmm. Don't grow up, Dean. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I got a taste of it when I was hanging around certain people, and all they used to do in their, I won't say who they are or where we were because that would give it away, but they definitely like to talk politics a lot, and it made me want to pick up something heavy and smash them with it. All of this talk about age reminds me of Werther's original. Yeah, I definitely get pedo vibes from that, man. I've always, even before the whole Peter thing like took off and it was all over the news, I used to get vibes from those Werther's original ads, man. You think something's wrong here, man. What's going on? I had the original GI Joes with real hair when I was young. Wish I still had them. That's in Wayne's Butler. Yeah, I used to have a few of those. Maybe not the same ones Curtis is talking about. I had a couple of GI Joes. I've got a Darth Maul DX16 on the way. I'll definitely use your tip. We're using the LED lamp. That's from Larry Phillips. Yeah, man, it's good. It's a good tip. Two lights, two LED lights. The more lights, the better. Um, but you can, experiment and maybe try and get yourself some different color lights. If you go to, like, if you're in the UK, there's a place called Halfords, or a place that sells lights for bicycles, which tend to be two settings, like white LED light and red. Red is always a handy color to have around, especially if you're doing any Alien stuff or Michael Myers stuff. You know, there's loads of characters where a red light can look pretty cool with those. Do you still have your Agent 47 custom, and do you plan on doing more custom kit bashes in the future? Yes, I do still have Hitman. He's down here. And he's hiding right there by the TV. And it's Ash guarding Fear Inoculum. Yeah, man. My Predator, Predatwizzles, Robocop. And that's a custom kit bash right there. Can't buy one of these. Look at that. Yeah. I think he kind of camouflages into his own box. Camouflage. What the hell's going on with the quiet figure, the 1/6 scale quiet kit? You don't get the body, but you get everything else. You have to get the body yourself separately. But where the hell is that figure, man? It should have come out ages ago. Not that I'm complaining. I can't afford it. I've paid the deposit, and I don't know how the hell I'm going to pay the rest. But what are you going to do? There's some horror pieces, horror bits and pieces. Ultimate Chucky right there from part 3. It's a real knife by Fergo. And there's a figure I wish someone would make in 1/6 scale, or even just a bigger one by NECA, a 1/4 scale version of this. That would be awesome. Seriously, man, what is it? Why don't NECA make this figure? Is the same figure as that. It's just I bought 2 of them so that I could display both versions. Why don't NECA do this in 1/4 scale with these 2 heads? Forget about it, man. That would be absolutely insane. There's my custom 2018 Myers. And that hand with the fingers blown off. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's right. Bullet holes. Got his little bell chain thing. Forget about it. And Bob, the Mezco Myers. I never pay any attention to this figure, man. People spent so long telling me I need to get it, and it is great. There's no denying it. It's a great little figure, but I just don't ever do anything with it. It's just there. There's a hell of a piece right there. There's the 1/4 scale. 1/4 scale Myers by NECA. Very nice. More Chucky action. And there's a spare head there. Look at that. There's my other 2018 version right there. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Forget about it. He's got his real knife by Fergo again. Check out that knife, man. Behave yourself. It's ridiculous. Chucky in a box. Good guy, Chucky. He's so sweet. Another little head sculpt hiding back there. That's the Creep Customs head sculpt. There's the pumpkin that comes with him, and it's a 1/6 scale pumpkin. There's Freddy. There's Hobo. Hobo Myers. What you gonna do? There's my Simon Brandolino reworking of the Trick or Treat Studios mask. Looking sexual. And some more NECA bits and pieces. This was a shelf just for Myers, but with Halloween approaching, I wanted to try and set up something so that the other horror figures could get some shine as well. I love this figure, man. I love the way this looks. So happy with the Wellhouse version by NECA. That's the one I'd recommend. If someone says, if I can only get one Pennywise figure or one version of the Pennywise figure from NECA, which one should I get? Wellhouse version all the way. That's the one that gives you this head sculpt. That's my favorite Pennywise head sculpt ever made so far. That is the one. I love that expression, and I love that mouth, and I love this werewolf hand. I think you get that hand with the Hot Toys one. And the spare head that comes with the Hot Toys figure, I think, is more like that. So I'll accept that. That's pretty good. But the amount of different heads that NECA have given you is incredible. And I love this one here where he's munching on Georgie's arm and he's rubbing his tummy, saying, "Ooh, yummy, Georgie." Some other bits and pieces. Forget about it. Look at that. Myers, that blade again. Fergo knife, real knife. You can cut yourself with that. And then there's the paint job I did on that mask. Didn't do too bad at all. Okay. Here we go. How long we been going? An hour and a half almost. What we got? Questions? Any questions? First exposure to Jason was when Place Hatchet in Wheelchair Guy Part 2 dramatized me seeing that at 12. What's a great collection? I've always enjoyed watching your videos. That's from Maldutch. Maldutch, is that how you say it? Sorry, I'm just reading comments on the computer down here. Is the Mezco Myers in scale with the NECA 112 scales? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure. The Mezco figures, I don't think they're in scale with much, to be honest. They're kind of their own scale, really. They're in their own little league. Nothing in my collection is really in scale with the Mezco Myers, which is another problem, really. It just doesn't really go with anything else in my collection. But the Mezco figures are great, man. There's no denying that. They're very cool. Montana, 1996 says, "What's your favorite Joker head sculpt?" My favorite Joker head sculpt might be the Mark Hamill Joker. I mean, it's friggin' flawless. It's absolutely flawless, this one. Absolutely 100% perfection. So it's debatable. It's debatable. The Jack Nicholson Joker head sculpt is still incredible. The Bank Robber Joker head, the Heath Ledger one, maybe the 2.0 would be better now, but that one was always good and still is. And you know what? Say what you want about Jared Leto and Suicide Squad. Obviously, there's not much good to say about them, but the Hot Toys figures, the head sculpts, some of the best I've ever seen. So yeah, I mean, if you want to get technical about it, the Jared Leto head sculpts are some of the best I've ever seen, Joker or otherwise. Forget about it. Absolutely incredible. Friggin' incredible. God damn it. Yeah, go back on my channel if you haven't seen the videos I did when I first got the Joker, especially the purple coat version, the Jared Leto one. Check out the photography sessions I did in the interrogation room. It looks so real, so real. How many 1/6 scale figures do you have, and how long have you been collecting? I'd love to know. I don't know how many I have. I've never counted them. I ain't gonna try now, but I've been collecting 1/6 scale figures now for 12 years. Needs more posability, and the Arkham gliding cape, it's iconic. Did you like the Joker movie? Yes. Will you be getting the NECA dancing clown version of Pennywise? Oh, the one with the big claws, those big sort of crab kind of claws? Maybe. I might get that. I might get it. It comes with the head sculpt where all those arms are coming out of his mouth. That's kind of interesting. It also comes with that weird kind of painting woman head sculpt as well. I don't know, man. Maybe. I never intended to get the Wellhouse version, which is now my favorite version. It's literally because the last time I went to my local kind of high street shopping area, I went into HMV and they never have NECA figures in there ever. But that time they did. I was at the counter. I was talking to the guy about how come there's no official Joker merchandise. And then I was looking on the shelf while he was talking to me, and all of a sudden I spotted the NECA box. I was like, hang on a minute. I was like, you sell this? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm going to take this. I'm going to buy this from you right now. And I did it. It was very nice. Hello there from name I can't pronounce. Raul Marin. Oh, and there's another person here as well called Trant Ulag. Do you think that Birds of Prey will get some Hot Toys releases? If so, which ones? Gotta be honest, I couldn't give a shit. The trailer looks crap. It's going to be agenda pushing bullshit all over again. It's right in the middle of all this crap that we're dealing with forced diversity and forced this, forced that. It's not coming from a genuine place. Birds of Prey, you know, Margot Robbie has done interviews and she's talking about how in this film she has more control. She's a producer in this movie, and one of the main things she wanted to address when making Birds of Prey was to make the female characters less male gazy. Like, she doesn't like when men look at her and think she's attractive. So I'm not really into it anymore, and that's why I will be selling my Harley Quinn figures in the near future, because I've no longer got any interest in her or the character very much, to be honest with you. She's pissed all over it. I hope the film sucks balls. I hope it bombs. I hope we never ever see any more of her as Harley Quinn. She's fucked it up for me, man. I'm sorry. I'm not interested anymore. Might head over to my local HMV and take a look to see if they have any NECA figures from Larry Phillips. Yeah, you never know. They might have. I mean, they never did before, but they had the Wellhouse Pennywise. So I keep thinking about it now. I keep thinking, if I go back this week, will they have something else? Maybe, or they did have some other stuff. It wasn't NECA, but they had some other figures. They had a Nosferatu figure. They had a Freddy Krueger figure. They had a Bela Lugosi Dracula figure. All like retro cloth looking figures, but they weren't by NECA, and they very similar looking to NECA, as in the packaging was like the retro cloth ones that come with the art card with the really cool artwork. I can't remember who it's made by though. Any chance you would be able to fit another shelf for more figure space? No, not really. No, I've got to display my Fright Rags t-shirts. They're down here. Like, see how I put my t-shirts on the bottom shelf, or the bottom area, and plus that's too low down for figures anyway. It's a long story, but this whole rearranging on the top shelf, some figures look a lot better high up, and other figures kind of look a bit better on a lower down shelf. But most figures need to be at that kind of height to really get the light to hit their eyeballs so that they look alive. So I definitely don't want to go any lower. It's like Detolfs. It's like that last shelf on a Detolf. What the hell goes there? It's like whatever you don't like at the time goes on the bottom shelf. So I don't, ain't about it. True. That's what Harley character is, whether she likes it or not. She shouldn't have took the role if she didn't want that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. She was really pissed off about the outfit she had to wear in Suicide Squad. I didn't think it was that revealing. I mean, that's the outfit, that one there. I suppose the dress one, like this one. I mean, that's just a dress. I don't think it's too revealing. I think she looked really pretty. But she literally used the words, she doesn't want it to be, she wants it to be less male gazy. So males gazing at her for being attractive, she doesn't want that. What fucking age we live in? That's why you're never going to see a Vampirella movie now. Ain't going to happen. Probably why Catwoman's always going to be totally zipped up now as well. God damn it. So, what are we doing? What are we talking about here? You have to remember, I'm from the 80s. I was born in 1980. There was none of this crap going on back then. It was just good times, man. The 80s, the early 90s. Now we're in 2000s, and it's just, everything's kind of screwed up. Last shelf, I keep boxes. Do you have any figures for sale? I will do soon. If you want to buy a Harley Quinn or two, I've got a couple of Harley Quinns here. You can buy them. Take them off my hands. I don't give a fuck. Have to say, I always thought Margot Robbie was miscast as Harley. Anyway, by the way, Cult Creations just did a super chat. God bless him. You don't have to do that, dude. But thank you. That's the first super chat. Cult Creations getting the ball rolling. Yeah, man. He's rolling that snowball. He's at the top of the mountain. He's teetering over the edge of the cliff. The ball's gonna roll. Gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the plan, anyway. That's the plan. Too politically correct in the world. Yes. Robert, I agree about Harley Quinn. Whereabouts in the UK do you live? In like Middlesex, Ashford, that sort of thing. not too far from Heathrow Airport. I've got Diffuse NL says I've got some of my best and favorite figures on my bottom shelves. I only collect good figures. Yeah, I know. I just to me, I've never owned a Detolf cabinet, but I know Nick has them. I've seen his collection in Detolfs, and I've seen just to me, it's just that low shelf. It's just, I mean, obviously something has to go down there. And I suppose if you're sitting chilling in a on a sofa, then it's fine. Especially if the lighting's right, it doesn't matter really. If you got the lighting right, then the bottom shelf can definitely work, depending on who's on it. Like I think Nick in the Star Wars collection, he's got R2D2 and C3PO on the bottom shelf, really well lit, and that never looked to me. That never, when I looked at it, I didn't look at that and think, oh, bottom shelf syndrome. I didn't feel that at all. Like that looked frigging good because those characters, C3PO and R2D2, the light bounces off them so well. Like RoboCop would look fine on a bottom shelf because the light just bounces off his suit and he catches your eye. I don't know, man. Yeah, everyone's different, man. Everyone's got their own shit going on. Anyway, I'm going to move my collection from Detolf to some shelves above my TV soon. They look much better in the open. They can do. I mean, Detolfs with the right lighting in the right kind of setup and stuff can look beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And believe me, there's been times when I've been tempted to go down the Detolf route, but just because of how often I repost things, how often I grab a figure off the shelf and decide to do a video on it, it just makes sense for me personally to have them in the open. And I don't have any issues with dust. In this room, like I said before in other videos, I don't spend a great deal of time in this room at any one time. This is a separate room now just for the figures. So I come in here when there's something to do, or if I just want to relax or whatever, but I'm not in here for long periods of time. And most dust is apparently it's skin. It's disgusting. But yeah, like when I used to keep my figures in the bedroom in my old place, and they were always in the bedroom with me, I noticed that figures would get dustier quicker. But in here, months go by, like 1 month, 2 months, and there's barely any dust on them. So that's all good. Hey Dean, have you seen the Prime One Michael Myers? I know you have the Catwoman. I have the Guyver one statue, but because of their cost, he has it has to be a one-off sort of thing. Yeah, I've seen the Prime One Michael Myers. I'm not that impressed with it, and I think that could be down to the lighting of the displays that I've seen it in. The lighting seems to be washing out the mask to the point where I can't really make out the details of the mask to see if they've got it right. I gotta say, I've seen a few pictures of the Prime One Michael Myers. I'm not impressed. I mean, it's fine. I don't think there's anything bad about it, but it's not like I don't look at it and think, oh my God, I need to find a way to own that. I just don't. Plus, to be honest, I've got the life size one over here. I mean, look, I don't need it. Oh, hang on. Jason's showing you his wang. There he is. Oh, I'm about to knock over Pennywise. Don't fall over. It took me like a day to get you to stand like that. Oh, you son of a bitch. Hold up. Mind your business. Hold up. Oh, no. Pennywise, you son of a bitch. You dirty bat. But yeah. Yeah. There he is. Oh man, 65 likes. God bless you. Never had 65 likes before on a live stream. I think that's the first. Little Gremlin. Little Gremlin up in this bitch says, Dean, have you ever. No, have you. No, Dean. I can't read. Dean, have you considered any other statues? I know you've got Prime One Catwoman. Any other considerations? Statues. Oh, of course. Yes, there is one statue I wish with all my testicles that I could own in my collection. It's the is it PSI collectibles or whatever they're called, but basically the big howling werewolf statue. the exclusive version with the two heads. If someone wants to get me that, it's fine with me. Anyway, Curse Werewolf is not the is the one with Oliver Reed, I think. Curse of the Werewolf. Yeah. I think I've seen that back in the day. Also, I watched your top 10 Hot Toys figures video. I got the Hot Toys John Wick the other day, and it's friggin' awesome. It does look awesome, man. The John Wick figure does look great, but once you replace the plastic hair with the rooted hair that I've seen people doing, I can't remember which particular job it was that I saw someone did, but there was a recent one. Someone might have been, what's his name? Oh, something Ramir. He's like a famous painter and sculptor. I think Jacob. Is it Jacob Ramir? Jason Ramir? Jacob Ramir? You know who I'm talking about. Someone's going to say it down here. But his one, his herring job that he did on the John Wick Hot Toys figure, now it looks like the real person, man. It's crazy. Yeah, so John Wick by Hot Toys looks amazing. I love those films. So I'm going to try and pick up a John Wick at some point in the future. I think that'll happen. Because these figures, once a few years passes, it's like I'm seeing a lot of what's a figure that I thought you wouldn't be able to get after it's sold out, and there's quite a few of them still around. The Scarlet Spider seems to be quite easy to get hold of at the moment. Not that I want that one. I don't want the Scarlet Spider, but I have seen quite a few people just picking that up quite easily lately. Scott Bradley says, Dean, you're the best. Wish we could hang out. Oh, bless. Where do you live, Scott? I'd buy an Oliver Reed werewolf with human heads so we can recreate the hell-raising antics like that time he got drunk on Aspel's talk show. I recently watched, funny you should mention that, I watched an Oliver Reed interview on an old interview, I think it was David Letterman, and he was just taking the piss the whole time. He wouldn't answer any question properly. I think he was probably drunk, and he was such a pimp. He's also in Burnt Offerings. I was going to call the band Burnt Offerings once. That's weird. It's all starting to come together now. I know you don't collect a lot of Marvel, though you have seen the original Hot Toys. Have you seen the original Hot Toys Hulkbuster? Not in person, no. It looks like an amazing piece. But yeah, no, no. Nice Joker, Jared Leto, Arkham purple coat. Sorry, my English. That's from Angela. Oh, bugger. You there, sir or madam? Hello. Have I missed anything good? Have I missed anything very good? I really need to get a drink of water or something, man. I've got nothing in here. My throat's starting to kill me. Have you seen The Curse of the Werewolf from Hammer Horror Films? And do you like the Hammer Horror movies? I don't know if it's Hammer Horror. I haven't seen too much of that, but there's an old 70s, 60s or 70s werewolf film called The Beast Must Die. And I don't know how I ended up watching that one night on TV back a long time ago, but there's a film called The Beast Must Die. That's good, man. Like, it's not too bad. It's a werewolf movie, and it's kind of cool because it's like back in the days when like there was a popular theme for horror movies where a bunch of people would come together at like a big mansion for a party. Someone would die, like the Who Done It thing. But this one was like a werewolf movie version, and so check that out, man. If you, it's of its time. But that's an old film I remember seeing and thinking, I actually quite like this, even though I was like a teenager and, I would have been more than likely in that kind of situation. But, this movie's too old or the werewolf looks not very good. But The Beast Must Die is an old film, but I actually quite like that one. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Where's Ruby? She is in next door in the warm. It's fireworks going off like crazy tonight, so I better get back to her soon, man. She doesn't like the fireworks. No dogs like fireworks. They need to ban that shit. It's so primitive, man. For those of you that like watching all the pretty colors in the sky, fair play to you, but the poor dogs, man. The dogs don't like it. I've raised my detolfs and that helps a lot. Oh, defuse, yes, as he raised his detolfs. That's something people do, man. It's definitely very effective. Totally fixes the problem of the bottom shelf syndrome. Raise your detolfs up. That's how you do it. I put boxes on bottom detolfs. All right. Or put a riser. It helps. That's from Robert Just a Fan. I'm going to move my collection from detolf. Oh yeah, so that. Bedtime for me. All right. When Glenn Page did his super chat, he said it was bedtime. He's off to bed. Get on Dean's Patreon people. Oh bless him, man. Glenn Page, you're always helping out, man. But yeah, seriously, think about joining up with the Patreon thing because I am doing this channel full time, literally full time now. That's the dream, man. That's what I want to do. I want to make videos for you guys every day, even if I can't keep up with the recent reviews, which I obviously can't do. I know there are people who can. God bless them. They get every single figure that comes out, not just every Hot Toys figure, but everything that comes out. I don't know how they do it. Even with a well-paying job, I don't know how they do it. It's like what the fuck. But I can't do that. So. And I never will be able to do that, I don't think. But yeah, for just $1 a month. Oh, bam! Oh, bam! Bam doesn't mess around, man. He's here. He just dropped the friggin' super chat. God damn. Bam says, "Thank you, Bam." He says, "Let me come back and get that." What did he say? Dean, I finally added the DX11 and DX12 to my collection. So happy, man. Keep up the great work and send me a message if you decide to get rid of anything. Oh, yeah, man. Bam, I always, if I'm ever going to sell something, I always remember I've got to send Bam a message first. Bam, you interested in Harley Quinn? I don't know. I want to keep at least one of them. I'd love to keep the dancer version, the dress one. I just love that one. I don't know, man. But I'll get in touch, Bam, if I do decide to sell anything. Definitely. It's gotten to the point now with the collection where there isn't too much here that I want to sell, but I will have to sell something. Like to get Pennywise, I got to sell at least 2 figures to get that day one from Hong Kong. It's going to be really expensive. Yeah, I don't know anyone anymore. I used to have connections. Well, back in like the early days of doing the YouTube channel, I had a couple of connections in Hong Kong, where if I helped promote them, or if I put an ad at the beginning of the video, I get a little discount and stuff. But I don't know anyone anymore. So when I get a Hot Toys figure, I get it the same way anyone else does. I just have to bite the bullet and pay big money to get it. But yeah, thanks so much, Bam, for that, man. That's going to help out a bunch. Times are hard, man. It's freaking hard. I still love it. Love it. It's all good. What else? Did I miss any other questions? Just imagine if NECA made ultimate retro cloth figures. Huh? Just imagine if NECA made ultimate retro cloth. I was going to say they already make retro cloth. You mean ultimate retro cloth? Yeah, that'd be sick. I mean, who knows what's down the line, man? Every company has to evolve, and NECA are already doing such good stuff, but they have to get better. Every company has to look forward, think further down the line. Think, what are we going to do? Like Firesim bodies, their posability is unmatched, but the skin tone, that's the next thing that needs to evolve with Firesim, is trying to get like some kind of, maybe using airbrush just to make the kind of muscle tones stand out a little bit more definition on the bodies, because the sculpt is there on the bodies for definition, but the actual paintwork is very one tone on the Firesim stuff. So that's the next evolutionary step when it comes to Firesim, just mixing up the skin tones a little bit to make them more real. With Hot Toys, their next evolutionary step, I mean, they're always improving on the paint jobs to the face. Back like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, something like that, back around the time of the DX01 Joker or the Bank Robber Joker, I remember saying with Nick and stuff, I don't know how much better it's going to get, but now it really has gotten better. So I think Hot Toys will just keep improving on the realistic paint jobs and stuff like that. And I don't know. Some figures and some companies that aren't even around anymore really started to make some cool innovations when it came to like the John Lennon figure by Molecule 8. Obviously, what happened with Molecule 8 happened and they're not around anymore, I guess. But their magnets in the feet of the John Lennon figure, on the magnets on the base that he stood on, those magnets were the strongest magnets I've ever seen in my life. You could literally hold the base upside down with the John Lennon figure on it and do that, and it wouldn't move. It was just a brilliant way, and there was no horrible sort of groin grabber going between his legs, because I don't like to see that. I always try to sort of, if I'm using a groin grabber, I either kind of angle it a certain way so that the leg covers the stand, or close the legs tight enough together so you can't see the stand, but then you see those two balls, black balls from the groin grabber sticker. You know what I mean? That sounds wrong. Oh god. Hang on, let me see. I know I've missed some questions, guys. There's a lot there. I'm trying to keep up with the new questions and try and check back on the older ones as well. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just mention the Patreon thing one more time because I've got 55 of you here at the moment. I know I don't like pushing it on people and stuff, but it is getting pretty grim on YouTube now. They're going to be shutting down the monetization on the figure reviewers and stuff. So the little bit of money, I was only making 150 a month on YouTube, and that's if I bust my ass every day, no days off. Like you wake up every day and you think, right, what am I going to do? I have to do a video. I've got nothing new to review, so I have to get something that I've already reviewed and try and figure out a way to make it relevant again. Every day, it makes it even harder. Like when you can't review new stuff because it's friggin' expensive, and you're doing your channel full time. You make 150 from ad money if you bust your ass. If you don't bust your ass, that goes down to about £80. Like 1 month, I took it a little bit easier. I thought, okay, I made 150 last month because I busted my ass. This month, I'm still going to bust my ass, but I might have a day off on Sunday, or I might have a day off on Wednesday where I play my Xbox or something and just try and catch up with some movies that I like. And when I did that, my money dropped to like £80 for a month. Now, obviously, there's Patreon. I make about 135 on Patreon as well, so that helps. But yeah, man, for anyone. Oh, what? No, nobody likes. Is that a separate one or is that a different one? Nobody. Oh, I'm confused. Hang on, let me finish my point. But yeah, like if you guys want to join up to Patreon for $1 a month, seriously, you get a lot of content for that dollar. I mean, hopefully you won't even miss that dollar. It's just, a dollar's not much, but if enough of my subscribers do that $1, then if I've got 20,000 subscribers, obviously all those people aren't going to do it. But if even half of those people did, if 10,000 people did $1 a month on Patreon, then I'd be able to do like Justin's doing and review like every Hot Toys figure. And because the money is coming from you guys to do that, then once I review it, I've got no space here to keep them. I just want to review everything. I want to review the stuff, do the in-depth reviews, the photography sessions, the comparisons, the True Light reviews, all those videos. And once I've done all that and those videos are on the channel, then I want to do, raffles back to the Patreons, like put all the Patreons' names in a hat, pick out a name and say, John Billabond is going to get the new Iron Man figure or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Well, I need you guys to consider doing that in order for this channel to survive. I'm going to keep doing it either way. It's just how successful it ends up being kind of depends on the people now rather than me. It's just the way it is. But I think Bam, did you do another one? Or is that the same one? Because there's different text underneath and it's changed color. The first one was yellow and now this one's red. What the fuck? I thought that said 10. Oh shit. Nobody I know likes the horror movie stuff you like. You should get what's this? You should get you almost halfway to the Pennywise. Oh bless. Hope it helps. You put a lot of work into your channel and deserve it, man. Happy hunting. Oh man, Bam, you didn't have to do that, man. You make me feel guilty. God bless him. Oh man, seriously. See, I'm an idiot. I don't know how to react when stuff like this happens. I just turn into a moron. I just start. Oh shit. Oh, Bam, thanks, man. Thanks so much, man. Honestly, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Fuck. That's amazing. Everyone already is saying thank you to Bam. But keep saying it. That's amazing, man. Thank you. Oh, bless. Holy crap. I always feel like just having a moment of silence. I don't know what to say, man. That's amazing. No. Thank you, sir. Shit. That's amazing, that is. Right, where was I? Shit. Which figure Deadpool from Deadpool? Oh wait, hang on. Which figure should you get? Deadpool from the first one or Deadpool from Deadpool 2? And that's from Paolo. Honestly, it's probably got to be Deadpool 2. I have Deadpool from Deadpool 1, which I'm more than happy with. But it does look like they did improve a few things. I can't say for sure. I'm just going by what other people have said in their reviews of the figure. Everyone who's reviewed Deadpool 2 who had Deadpool 1 has said that they prefer Deadpool 2. So I guess that's got to be the case there. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel any urge to buy the Deadpool 2 figure, having the Deadpool 1. They're so similar. There's only subtle little changes that they made to the suit. Very subtle. Not really worth changing it for me personally. Um, but if you're going to choose, get Deadpool 2 because you get some more accessories as well. You get those funny high heels, the little unicorn, the X-Men trainee t-shirt thing, and the that cool background that has the shelf so you can put all those accessories on there. Pardon me. Um, yeah, man. More people still saying thank you to Bam, and I say it a million times. Thank you. I can't say it a million times, but thank you so much, Bam. Um, yeah. Michael Fairback says, "Bam, heroes walk among us." That's true, man. Seriously. Oh man. Yeah, Bam's been awesome, man. Bam's been awesome for a long time. He's one of my patrons. This isn't the first time he's done something like this in a live stream. I sold figures to Bam a couple of times. Just definitely one of the people. If I could meet and chill out with, I definitely would. Just really, really cool, man. Thank you so much. Uh, yeah, I'm young enough to remember he was hard, forgetting his movies and his personality. Who's that about? I've forgotten. Who are we talking about? Dean, if they shut you down, just know you've always been a good YouTube friend. Oh, thanks, man. I don't think they shut me down, but they might demonetize the channel and shut down the comment sections. But I don't see that happening with me. Honestly, the whole thing is apparently they're going after the channels that review toys for little kids, like little kids. I guess because the little kids, they all use YouTube now. Like I remember I was on a bus like a year ago. There was this little infant child, looked about 3 years old, sitting beside his mom on the bus, and he was using his phone like an expert. Just he was 3 years old, tiny little fingers, scrolling around, hitting all the stuff. And I thought to myself, wow, the world is changing. So I'm pretty sure it's probably down to the fact that these 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old kids are seeing these toy reviews and then going up to their mums and dads saying, "Mommy, mommy, daddy, I want this toy, I want this toy." And I guess the parents have got so sick of that they've complained to YouTube, and now YouTube are going to be implementing serious changes to these channels that deal with those young kid toys. So but see, I thought to myself, surely that's not going to affect me because the stuff that I do videos on is not meant for little kids. This is meant for like, adults or teenagers in their late teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, all that stuff. So I don't see how it should affect me because my channel's clearly not aimed at little kids. I mean, a lot of my content is horror and Joker and the Dark Knight movies and Batman they're just not for kids. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But all it takes is a YouTube employee who's going to be, there's going to be lots of people sieving through all the channels. They're not going to spend too long on any one channel deciding whether or not to implement the changes to that channel. So if they come to my channel, hopefully they take a quick look at it and think, okay, this is a guy who's doing videos on Michael Myers. There's a lot of Michael Myers stuff. So hopefully that will make it pretty obvious to them that I'm not doing little kid videos. So they shouldn't really end up shutting the channel down or demonetizing it or that stuff. But it could happen. I mean, in the same way that I've had videos on really harmless figures that have been demonetized because they're not suitable for advertisers, and then you can manually request that video to be reviewed by a person so that they can decide by watching it whether or not it is offensive in any way. There's never any swearing. If I do review a figure like Vampirella, which I know she does show a fair bit of flesh, but there's nothing on display really. I mean, you can see her stomach, you can see some side boob, let's be real. There's some side boob action, that's for sure. But other than Vampirella, I don't show anything on the channel that would be offensive, I don't think. I don't know. I can talk about this all night, but J Cam says Oliver Reed. There's a lot of Oliver Reed chat going on, man. What's going on? Oliver Reed was the guy we were talking about. Oh, okay. Oliver Reed was the guy we were talking about. Highly recommend the documentary Hellraisers on YouTube, Dean. Gave me a few laughs about Reed, etc. Well, I can't promise I'm going to check it out. I might do because Oliver Reed, man, I don't know much about him. I've seen a few bits and pieces skipping around on the channels in my time. I know that he was a wild man, a bit of a bad boy, and that's always appealing to me. Kind of like the Keith Moon of the film industry. Um, but yeah, man, I'll try and remember to check that out. Have a little look at it at least. Maybe I can pop it on in here one night when I'm doing a repost session or something. I always like to find something on the TV down here. I can only get Netflix and YouTube. I can't get TV channels, which is fine with me because I don't watch TV. Um, but I'll try and check that out. Cult Creations is back. He says, "You seen The Boys yet, Dean?" No, not yet. I need to. I need to. I haven't got that channel or the Amazon channel, whatever it is. So I might try and get hold of it another way. But I will try and watch that, Glenn, definitely. From what I understand, all about impressionable kids buying toys because of manipulative creators. All right, fair enough. That's Michael Fairback. Um, yeah, hopefully it doesn't affect me. I honestly, hand on my heart, I can't see any reason why they would do anything to my channel. I'm not shoving figures down your face saying you have to buy this, kids. There's nothing like that on my channel. I make a point of being pretty damn scrutinizing and harsh when I review the figures because you got to be. These things are expensive, and people, just recently, nah, I ain't gonna go into it. You know, it's a good video. I saw a video, and it's all personal tastes. It's all fair enough. But someone was comparing the advanced suit Spider-Man to the Iron Spider Hot Toys figures, and they were saying which one should you get. And I think in the end they decided on the one you should get as the Iron Spider because it came with more accessories and it's from the Avengers movies, which are more well known and stuff. Um, but no, I don't agree with that. I think the advanced suit is the best Spider-Man figure that Hot Toys have made to date. That could change once Hot Toys release this quarter scale tech suit Spidey from Homecoming. Um, but I don't know. But that's all personal taste. You can't say that guy's wrong because the Iron Spider, believe it or not, as much as I was harsh on that review, I was just telling you the truth. But even though I sold it, I do still miss it sometimes, the Iron Spider, because I don't know why I miss it. You can't pose it without fucking up the suit. The material that they used isn't anything like what was in the film. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes I miss it. Because at one point I had the tech suit by Tony Stark, the first version they made, which I did like, but sold it. There was a few things about it that bugged me. Then I sold the Iron Spider. So at one point I did have quite a few Spider-Man figures by Hot Toys, to the point where I was able to have a whole bit of a shelf set up just for Spider-Man. Because I've got the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit down there. I've got the advanced suit now, wherever he is. Where is he? Over there. There he is. So if I had have kept the Iron Spider and if I had have kept the Homecoming tech suit, including that one now, I would have had quite a few Spider-Man figures. So sometimes I do miss the Iron Spider, but that doesn't mean I think it's a good figure. Absolutely not. They really rushed that one out. They did rush it, man. They rushed it. Um, just tracked down the Bank Robber Joker 2.0. What's your thoughts on it? Any reason you never picked it up? The reason I didn't pick up the 2.0 Bank Robber Joker is because I did own the original one and I had it for many years. It was always part of my collection. Then I remember around the time that Hot Toys announced the Armory version of the Dark Knight that came with the Armory and Alfred. That was kind of the final straw for me. Not that there's anything wrong with that set, it's an amazing set, but I thought I was finally almost done spending money on Hot Toys Dark Knight line figures because I'd spent a lot of money for many years, and I kind of got to the point where I thought, thank God this is almost over, because it's always stressful. Because at the time I was just working my full-time job, but it was like not minimum wage, pretty much minimum wage. So I wasn't making much. I'm bringing in about maybe 930 a month. So that's your bills or whatever, plus one Hot Toys figure, but no nights out. Like it's like, okay, this month I ain't going out on Friday night. I'm not going out on Saturday night because I want that one figure. So yeah, I had the original Bank Robber Joker for many years, and I did sell it. Just had it for a long time. He's got his grey suit on. It's a great figure, but I did get a little bit bored of looking at it. There are certain figures sometimes after a number of years go by, some figures you do get a little bit fed up with looking, and when you want a new figure, you might think, "Do you know what? Maybe that one can move on now, and I'll replace it with something that excites me more." So that's what the case was with the bank robber. But I do, yeah, believe me, if I had the space and if I had the spare cash, I'd pick up a 2.0 bank robber Joker. Comes with a beautiful background as well. When the bus comes through the wall, that's any figure that comes with a nice big cardboard background. I love that. So, oh, my battery is running low in my laptop. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon because it's 2 hours and my throat is screwed. Do you know what? We might as well just wrap this up now, if that's okay with you guys. I think 2 hours is all right. I don't think anyone's going to watch this back for the whole 2 hours. So, yeah, I hope I haven't missed any questions that are really important here. My laptop is going to die any second. I could just plug it in. Stop being a bitch. Hang on, just plug it. Oh, what's that? It still feels weird, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Still feels weird talking to myself. There's still 58 people watching. God bless you. You know? Thank you. All right, laptop is plugged in. It's charging. Is it charging? Yep, switched on. Okay, laptop is charging up. However, the phone that is not plugged in. That was on 95% battery when we started. I'm reckoning it's down to about 30% battery now. We've probably still got about 15 minutes. I don't know about you, but I need a cigarette. Go ahead and smoke me some motherfucking weed after this shit. Got to just to say though, I don't encourage any of that hell-raising behavior, but ridiculous things in real life make me laugh much more than the stand-up on TV at the moment. Okay, I get what you mean. Speaking of stand-up comedy, I've been watching a fair bit on Netflix, like stand-up comedians and stuff. Eddie Murphy's going to be coming back and doing his stand-up soon, man. That's really exciting. Love Eddie Murphy. Although a lot of the stuff that he said in his original two stand-up shows from the 80s, Raw, Delirious was the first one, and Raw a few years later, absolute classics. But when you go back and watch like Delirious or Raw now, like the jokes he was making about homosexuals and stuff like that, oh man, it's pretty uncomfortable. He's had to apologize and stuff. I don't think you should have to apologize for jokes that you told in the 80s. It was a different time, man. It was different. You know, the F word that was associated with homosexual people and stuff. Yeah, I get it. You can't say the F word anymore. I'm not talking about FUC, the other one. I'm talking about FAGG. You know, you can't say that anymore. And I understand because, you know, like, but there are other ones like back when I was a kid, we used to say, and I saw someone talking about this on stand-up comedy literally just yesterday. I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, he was talking about how, you know, you used to say stuff like, "Oh, that's gay." You know, I used to say that as well. I never meant it like, oh, you know, it was never like anything against homosexual people. I've known a few gay dudes in my time. Once I worked at a place in Shepherd's Bush, which is in England. Shepherd's Bush is an area near Shepherd's Bush Empire, the venue. And I did my work experience at a place called Rainbow Disco Hire. And they were all gay there. And that was funny, man. We had some good times. Not in that way, but you know, because I'm straight as they come. I like the ladies. But yeah, they were hilarious, man. They were filthy bastards. Once the shop closed down and they locked that front door, like they used to, because I was only little, I was doing work experience, but they were all older and they were all like, once the shop closed, they will start rolling joints and smoking weed, and the real them starts to come out. That was interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, there was this one French guy. He was gay, and he was one of the coolest, mellowest people. He was French and barely spoke English, but I remember he smoked Camel Reds or Camel, the Camel cigarettes, the really harsh ones. Damn. And then my job at the hotel, my night shift job at the hotel, I had a friend who I don't really talk to anymore, unfortunately. We lost track, but he was very gay and he was very funny. And yeah, man, and like literally we watched movies every night working at that hotel because it was quiet most of the time. So he used to just watch movies. He was a bit older than me, so he used to tell me about films from the 80s that I hadn't seen yet. Like he was obsessed with this one film, Star something, starring Jeff Bridges, Star Fighter or Star something. I don't know. Someone out there watching now is screaming the title at me, and I don't know what it is. But yeah, basically, gay people are absolutely awesome. Some of the best friends I've had for short periods of time. Unfortunately, you know, people go their own way and stuff, so you lose touch with people. But yeah, man. Anyway, I don't know how the hell I ended up talking about this. I don't want this to stray into an area where I no longer want this video on the channel permanently because so far it's been a good live stream. It's so easy to say the wrong thing and offend someone. I'm desperately trying not to, Um, it's so hard these days. The phone went away and then came back again. I think we lost connection for a minute. Oh, man. Starman, yes. God bless you. Thank you, sir. Starman, that's the one. Starman, yeah. Oh, lots of you said it. Oh, God bless you. What else we got? Yeah, loads of you guys are actually listening to this crap that's coming out of my face. I haven't watched that El Camino. Is that what it's called? The Breaking Bad movie on Netflix. I haven't seen that yet. I was at Nick's in Brighton and he wanted to watch it and I just wasn't in the mood. Just wasn't in the mood for it. I was never the biggest fan of Jesse Pinkman. I like the character just fine, but I was watching that for Walter White, and for Hank. Is his name Hank, the cop, the DEA guy? I was watching it for them. But yeah, I need to watch El Camino. Hey Dean, what happened to your tactical suit Batman? That's from Paolo. It's in the loft. Another one said it. Tactical suit Batman eloped with Wonder Woman. You can't blame the film. Yeah. If you could have any DC movie slate made, what would it be? Any DC movie slate? I'm being stupid. I don't know what you mean exactly. A slate. A slate. I've got a few ideas in my head of what that could be, but I don't want to say because I might get it completely wrong and look like an Egypt. An Egypt. When I first moved into this house, the guy who was like the local, there's a bunch of local handymen around this area, electricians, carpenters, stuff like that. But we ended up meeting this guy called Baron. His name was Baron, and he worked on a bunch of films at Pinewood Studios, including Batman Begins. And he had a whole bunch of stories about, he helped build the Batcave underneath Wayne Mansion, and he had a bunch of cool things. He had a sewer, like a sewer. What's the big round heavy sewer drain cover, whatever it is, had Gotham written on it. He has that. He had a what's that big white sheet of paper they have on movie sets that lets everyone know where they have to be at what time, whatever that's called, the call sheet. He had one of those for Batman Begins. I couldn't get anything out of him as far as Batman Begins goes, but I did get some props that were used in The Last Jedi, which I gave to Nick because obviously I'm not really a big Star Wars guy anymore. But I had some of the casino chips and gold coins that they actually used in The Last Jedi. So Nick's got those now. But yeah, he worked on a bunch of films, man. He used to, and he wasn't lying either. He used to get his mobile phone out and show me all the pictures on set of The Force Awakens, like the Millennium Falcon, like just out in a field, just being hammered and worked on and stuff, and James Bond movies, and a bunch of amazing castles, like real big castles. And then he'd say, if you actually go up and like push it, it will fall apart because it's just made of foam. Like, just cool stories, man. Oh, and he had some great Heath Ledger stories. He actually worked quite closely with Heath Ledger on A Knight's Tale. And he told me a great story about Heath, which sometimes I don't know if I should tell it, but I don't see why not. You know, because yeah, basically Heath Ledger was on the set of A Knight's Tale, and obviously on the set, the movie sets, you get really bored waiting in between scenes. And he said that one of his jobs at that time was to keep his trailer neat and tidy, and make sure that he had what he needed. And one thing Heath Ledger liked to do a lot around that time was play PlayStation games, and he didn't have many. And Baron, this guy who I knew for a little while, he was able to copy games and get like, like, however the hell you do it, where you get like a bunch of games on one disc and all that stuff. So he used to get loads of PlayStation games for Heath Ledger to play when he was on the set of A Knight's Tale. And in exchange for these games, Heath Ledger would give Baron something to, let's say, chill him out. So yeah, man, Heath sounded like a really nice guy, man. You just tell. I mean, you can just tell just by looking at interviews with him, and footage behind the scenes. He seemed like a really cool, down to earth, decent guy. And the stories that Baron told me about, seeing Heath and talking with Heath on that set of the Knight's Tale film just confirmed it. It's a damn heartbreaking shame what happened to Heath Ledger, because he was a really, really cool guy, one of the nicest people in that industry, I think, to be honest. And the most heartbreaking thing about Heath is the fact that he never got to see The Dark Knight. Imagine that. He didn't even get to see that film. I wish he could have at least seen it before he passed away. I mean, he must have had a great sense of I've done something special here, and this film's going to be special. But he didn't get to see the film, and that's heartbreaking. But oh, let me just scroll, see what's going on here. Underrated flick right there, Knight's Tale. I haven't seen Knight's Tale. Do you know that? I haven't seen it. I need to give that a watch. I haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Heath sounded like a funny dude, man. Like, just I don't want to go into it because I don't. Heath would have had a sequel too. Yeah, man. Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises could have been something completely different. I mean, it's an alright film, Dark Knight Rises. It's kind of cool seeing Bane and Catwoman and stuff. Talia al Ghul, I didn't like the casting too much with that. I think the Talia al Ghul that we see in the Arkham games, now that's a believable Talia. She just seems so strong, Whereas I don't know the actress's name who played Talia, but she's just like the worst death ever in a movie. My plan is complete. And Christopher Nolan, man, you think he would have said, you know what? Let's try that again. Let's do that one more time, but better. My plan is complete. All right. Harvey Dent, can we trust him? Harvey Dent, can we trust him? Yeah. Damn. Elder Predator's got some dust on him. You just poked me in the hat. Harvey Dent, can we trust him? This city just showed you that it's full of people ready to believe in good. Hey. Yeah. Have you ever seen a photo of Heath doing an airily dressed as Joker? No, I haven't seen that, Paolo. Oh, Paul Bettany kind of steals the show in it. Yeah, Paul Bettany's good. Do you know what? I was just thinking of him. Wait there. It's so weird. People keep mentioning things that I was literally just thinking about. I mean, I've got this film. I've seen it before. Gangster Number One is like one of his first films. This is, if you like Paul Bettany and you haven't seen this, seriously, you'll be afraid of him after you see this film. He is terrifying in this movie. This is one of the scariest gangster films I've ever seen. Gangster Number One. Check it out. Damn, those fireworks are loud. Sounds like you're in the trenches. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that for a minute. But yeah, my dog Ruby. What dog likes fireworks? They don't like it. Best police academy scene is Lassard's BJ under the. I remember that. Oh man, the police academy movies are brilliant. I haven't watched them in decades, probably. God, I haven't seen a police academy film in what 20 something years, but they're great, and especially what's Proctor and what's the guy who was always getting practical jokes played on him? He was what was his name? What was his name? You know the guy. He was always on Mahoney's ass, trying to give him a hard time. But what's his name? It's probably coming up here in the comments. Let me see. Uh, Dean, you should watch X Men. Great spoof. Oh, okay. That's it. Yeah. I'll check that out. I can't remember his name now. Is it Lieutenant Harris? Is that it? No. But Police Academy, man, they're fucking brilliant. Surprised with all the remakes and stuff that's been going on. How come they haven't, tried to reboot Police Academy? I don't know. Maybe the world's just a little bit. Oh, my phone's on 15% battery, so we're gonna have to wrap this up in a minute, guys. Let me just make sure. Heath with the hookup, lol. All you hear was he was an asshole. An absolute. Sorry, no, it actually said all I hear is that he was an absolute sweetheart, and for some reason my eyes saw asshole on the screen. No, but yeah, like I was saying, the guy who I know or who I used to know, I don't know him anymore. He's just disappeared for some reason. But he did a lot of work on this house and helped this room get made back when I first came here. And he worked on a bunch of movies, and he had some great stories about Heath Ledger when he knew him from the time that they were filming A Knight's Tale, and just playing lots of PlayStation games and smoking various things, and just being just normal, just really cool, down to earth guy, very approachable apparently, and just like to talk about stuff. So I reckon I would have got along good with Mr. Heath. It's a damn shame. But was he in the photos? Might have nicked the phone. Yeah, I think. Oh, and he had a great story about Mark Hamill. He went to an after party for The Force Awakens. Was it The Force Awakens? Not sure. It might have been something else, actually. It might have just been something else that Mark Hamill was in. But he said the big party was happening in this huge place. The phone's going to die soon, so I've got to tell this quick. And the guy I knew called Baron, he went out for a cigarette out on these big steps outside of this place, and there was a guy just kind of sitting on the steps, just kind of like all curled up like this. It might have been cold or whatever, and he didn't realize who it was for the longest time. And he'd almost finished his cigarette, and he suddenly just thought, "Shit, I think that's Mark Hamill," and it was Mark Hamill, and he was just another guy. Like you could tell with Mark Hamill as well, very approachable, very down to earth, decent guy. But yeah, he had some great stories about Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill, and probably other. Oh, Vin Diesel. That story was a bit more potentially offensive. So, yeah, but just some funny stories. Alan's funny stories. Best Police Academy. Oh yeah, did that. Yeah, Tackleberry. Oh yeah, man, Tackleberry. Bobcat Goldthwait. Yep. Michael Winslow sound effects. Yep. What was the first Hot Toys figure that you purchased, and what was the most recent? The most recent would be the Advanced Suit Spider-Man, the first one. Oh, the first Hot Toys figure might have been the very first Joker, or the very first, or the second. Long story, man. It was either a Joker or a Batman Begins suit from the Dark Knight line. Um, what else? Oh, Irene is here. Hi, Irene. Sorry I missed you. Hi, Dean. Only just seen you on here now. I'm just about to wrap this up, Irene, because the phone's going to die any second. But it's been a good live stream, man. Bam swooped in. Bam. It's all about Bam tonight. And Glenn Page swooped in as well. Got the ball rolling with the old super chats. Help keep the channel going. Think gonna buy Blu-ray of Police Academy. Yeah, I need to do that too. I need the box set. I need to get the whole box set of that stuff, man. Right, so I'm just checking your comments. I think I've hopefully got to everything. I think you should be able to discuss most subjects in comedy as long as you're not slinging individuals out or making them the butt of a joke. Yeah, you got to be careful. Like stand-up comedy is about the only place you can say stuff now. Everyone's raging about Dave Chappelle's most recent stand-up and Bill Burr's most recent stand-up. Sticks and Stones is the one that Dave Chappelle did, and Paper Tiger is the one Bill Burr did. They're both on Netflix, and they're hilarious. Check them out if you haven't seen them. Serious, good stuff. Anthony Jelznik or Zelznik, Anthony Zelznik. Just type in Anthony stand-up comedy into Netflix and watch his one called Fire in the Maternity Ward. I know that sounds harsh, but yeah, watch it. It's like nothing you've seen before. Still hear the music. Blue Oyster, yeah, the Blue Oyster Club. I think that's it, guys. Still 50 people watching. I always feel bad ending a live stream when there's this many people still there. Well, it's 48 now, so I don't feel quite so bad. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back next Sunday, hopefully. And stick to the channel all week. Obviously, leading up to October 31st, I've got to bust out some more scary videos, so I've got to do that. And yeah, to the guys and girls who always drop me a message or a comment suggesting ideas for videos, keep those coming. I'm always looking for ideas on stuff to do, so keep the ideas coming. Why am I standing next to this door while it's open like an idiot? It's freezing cold. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'll oh, I think the 5% battery. We are done. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Obviously, Bam, Glenn Page, everyone who helped out with the super chats, and everyone on Patreon. Thank you so much. And make sure you stick to the channel. I've got more stuff coming at you real soon. God bless all of you, and thank you for watching. I go now, and I make myself nice hot cup of tea. All right, where's the stop button? Oh, there it is. I always forget. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.